the way.
Wait,
I think that's intentional.
How did you get the camera on? In the
What? Look at this. All right, how do I do that?
You gotta pop this out. Go pop it out. Nice.
Wait, I want to do it too. How do I do this? Actually, don't.
There's a little camera icon on the main screen.
If you like pop out the side thing, yeah, I see it now. Okay. Well, I am pretty close to being ready, guys. I'm trying to throw a few things through my notes, and I'm almost there. Just give me like 2 minutes, and I'll be ready.
Okay.
Cool.
We've probably
looks
gotta
like we're
figure shit
waiting
out
on Daniel for the time being. So we'll get the game opened, and we'll hopefully have no issues with getting everything started. Sweet. All you guys looking beautiful.
How was everybody's New Year's?
It was good.
Wow, I've been muted for a while.
Nice.
Yep, been talking a lot.
Hell yes. Well, everybody's here. I just want to look over a few notes to get my brain working, and then I will we'll get the session started. If you guys want to work on some D&D stuff, like I said in one of the early intro videos, I did want you guys to all choose at least one aspect of your character sheet that you wanted the Prince character to adopt. This can be kind of flavor texty, or it can be like, yeah, I want him to have my charisma stats. So talk amongst yourselves. We're going to make a weird chimera hero here. So we get to break the rules a little bit with him. But also, I think just because we're still learning the systems and I'm going to be controlling the game, I think maybe I won't have him as an active combatant today. We'll see if we can... I gave him a little bit of stats, but I didn't like spend time building a character. So maybe you guys could talk to... I think you should have access to the Prince. I gave him in permissions to everybody. So ideally, you can actually make changes to his character sheet and just do that right now.
The Prince is Sam?
Samuel, yes.
Makes sense.
I'm sorry, what's the Prince's name?
Samuel Barrows.
Wow.
Bit of a self-portrait.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I didn't really have the wherewithal to go ahead and...
Sam Goldhay Barrows.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to pop down into another channel because I'm going to talk to myself a little bit, and then I will...
Just mute yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I am pretty sure my character is not completely set up, but I don't know. Not positive. So I've got my Roll20 version over here. I'm doing some comparison shopping. Blade Ward, Friends, Poison Spray, Shocking Grasp. Yeah, okay. My spells look right.
I think I'm going to... I'll be right back.
Good. Inventory. Oh, here we go.
I set up a whole bunch of stuff on my character like a month ago and I felt things were kind of squared away and good to go.
Yeah, I just
And
haven't looked at it in a while.
for a month. So
Exactly.
no idea how Foundry works anymore.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be... I mean, how lucky for Sam,
right
really, that we're gonna be struggling with something that isn't his story, so... Did you say you can't leave your room right now?
Yeah, I keep trying to drag my character through walls, and it's
Oh yeah.
no.
Yeah, walls are serious business in Foundry. Do I have my cook's utensils? No! I need my cook's utensils. How do I get
Wait, how do I move the map? I can only seem to zoom in and out.
import
Hold right click. and you can
player's
move.
handbook?
That's still
Open.
just zooming in and out.
I don't want to
Right? Holding down the right mouse button.
Oh, I see.
Do you have basic controls turned on? I don't know.
You hold.
No, it started working. I was trying to hold right click while scroll wheeling, not while
Mhm.
mouse moving.
Yeah.
I don't want to import. Oh.
I want more spells.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Got you guys on my iPad for Discord and then computer for
Nice.
the game.
Jamie,
Okay.
how do you add items to your inventory? Oh, there's an add button. Here we
The
go.
import, I think the import tool.
Import only gave me spells. Wait, but I found an
there's a
add.
tab for items. Chloe,
There's a tab for items.
there, and like the little import thing and the
Okay.
top bar with the little like atom symbol, and you click on it, it should open the import wizard, and you can. No. Do you want me to tell you?
Oh, my window was too small. It wasn't showing all the columns. It was only okay. Items. Click. Nice. All right. Thank you. Is SRD the source I want?
I think so.
That's the normal handbook. Yeah, that's what that means.
What does it stand for?
It should be. You probably want 5e tools if that's an option.
Oh, I do see 5e tools. Well, let's see. This one opened. Cook's utensils. Yep, that's what I want. Okay, and then do I press click to import? Yep, I like that.
Every time you try that, it says I lack permissions to update owned items.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Also, I'm so sad that even though I marked it, when I click unarmed strike, it does not display that it is a two-handed action.
Wait,
Rude.
your unarmed strike is a. Oh yeah, right.
It's a joke right there that I thought was real clever, and it did not reward me for.
No, I was in my mind. I was picturing you like both hands together, like smash. I was somewhat confused. Or I was just like, oh, it must be a monk thing, but you're not even a monk, are you?
I am a monk.
Oh, wait.
Very monk.
I'd be more than happy to tell you guys all about my character right now.
Yeah.
I mean, all I can remember from a month ago when I was thinking about my character.
Is a monk.
Yes, it is mostly a monk, also with a shameless dip into Grave Cleric, because another level of monk did absolutely nothing for me. His name is Tal Elan. He is a Way of Mercy monk. His order is basically like a balance in all things kind of order, which is why he wears this like mask that's half black, half white. Lawful neutral by design. From talking with someone just walk into a Mexican supermarket.
What is this, Daniel?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Is this coming from Foundry or is this coming? Oh, yeah, it seems like it is.
I think it's it's
Also coming from
Yeah, the only problem is it's bleeding through people's open mics. Otherwise, I was enjoying the ambiance.
is it coming through my mic?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is this Heroes of Might and Magic music?
That would be a very Sam thing to do.
It would be a very Sam thing to do. Wait, so nobody here is responsible? This is maybe Sam?
Yeah, I think it's
Definitely Sam.
Hilarious.
I will say when watching one of Sam's videos, Another like you may also be interested in was like a Heroes of Might and Magic video, not by him, but just like if you like this guy, he likes these things.
Oh god, I didn't know
Are
those
you
meant
hearing my
anything.
Heroes music?
Yeah,
I
enjoying it.
am getting a little bit of feedback from you, Andy. Let me see if I can just turn down.
No.
From
me.
Daniel, I think.
It's Dan.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Is
Well,
there a? Can I turn it off
I'm
for
gonna turn
myself?
Probably just
let
have
me
to
see.
do
Oh,
push to talk or
Oh,
Or
sweet.
mute the tab, or
Well, hold on. Let me.
I got it. No, I don't.
Hmm.
I turned it down. I mean, I'd prefer figuring out
Alright.
the technical issues later and just forgoing it, unfortunately. Wait, are you guys still hearing that?
really loud though.
Oh, I just
I got it.
Yeah.
all the way down.
Okay, cool.
Oh, did you? I think I hear it. Yeah. So
Oh,
I
we're
can
weird.
turn. I think you just turned it down for you. I just turned it down for me now.
Okay.
Maybe? Maybe? I don't know.
Okay, so I've got global
No, it sounds
volume
good.
controls and individual volume controls, I think.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh wait. Are we playing? Yeah, I think we're controlling the same volume slider.
Oh. okay.
It's weird.
Well, interesting. It's weird that you have
Yeah. Wait.
access
maybe
to the
we can
global
turn it-
controls.
Yeah.
All right. Well, perhaps we will just pause that for now.
Yeah, do it when we're thinking or something.
Yeah. Well, we don't. There's bound to be a couple of system learning curves here.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, I just expect to have a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Here we are. So do you guys have any? Were you able to change the prince's? Did
Oh, we didn't talk
give
about him
access
at
to
all.
we've just been dicking around.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Talon was giving a little intro of his character. Talon, you wanna
Yeah,
finish
let's get back
with
to that
them.
for sure.
So yeah, Tal Ilan is my name, monk, balancing all things, wears this mask, way of mercy. Historically, the order they generally like send, monks far and wide to like, sort of embed themselves into monarchies or kingdoms or, things like that to provide a like grandiose devil's advocate, almost as it were. And like historically on the sides of like major conflicts, there's usually been like one of us on the other side, not like combating against each other, but to provide that, opposing viewpoint kind of deal. And I don't know how, I probably looked at the super highway thing that brought me over here at one point, but as far as I know, I'm the only one of my order on the island right now. And so I'm lacking a little bit of that balance, I guess, but still trying to provide generally good counsel to the Lord and his princeliness.
Yeah, so I just wanted to give one point of clarification. There is one thing about this super highway that we've made some fuss about. The reality is that it's just a shipping lane between two continents. It became important because the travel made it to the second continent. It's like New World versus Old World in terms of our own history. And when that travel started becoming regular and seafaring vessels became worthy enough to make that a common thing to do, this island, which occasionally had been pulling in little groups of people here or there, started pulling in bigger and bigger groups of people. So now it's not particularly uncommon that during one of these eclipse events, major eclipse events happening every 18 years or so, that a couple hundred more people can get pulled in. That's the amount of traffic that's happening outside of this kind of isolated part of the world. So if you were thinking that there was some kind of metaphysical or supernatural aspect to the super highway, that might just be in my description being a little bit unclear. So that's what's going on. The unnatural things are happening through the force of the island, and there seems to be, just kind of by the presence of you being in the world, there seems to be some forces at odd with one another inside of the magical continuum that exists in the island. There is a force that wants to keep shrouded, and there's a force that wants to pull people in, and maybe they're one and the same, or maybe they're different. But that's
I love it.
that's
So
that.
much balance.
Yeah. So anybody else would like to go into a little bit more character depth on their guy before we head on to the next part of this story?
Yeah, I will.
Yes, please.
All right.
Also,
And
I
this
hope-
hasn't been. Oh, sorry.
I hope you're enjoying your character design. I haven't talked
Yes.
to you about it.
Yes,
but-
I am enjoying it very much. It was a nice surprise to see it in there when we opened this up.
Great.
Um,
Cool.
Let's see, and this hasn't been SAM approved yet, so you can still give feedback on this if any of it does not make sense in the world.
Yeah, minor tweaks, but yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. So, my guy is named Phaedron Thornton, but he goes by Fad usually, or Blackthorn is his sort of stage name. That he came up with probably like when he was a teenager. So he was born into like a pretty kind of like upper middle class like Thornwood merchant family. But the work ethic sort of skipped his generation. His parents were sort of shooting to make it into the nobility, right? Because they were rich. But he, that didn't pan out with him. So he sort of, was going to run the family business, but that didn't work out because he had no interest. He was sort of like a dabbler in lore and the arcane, so they sent him like to mage school, used their largesse to send him to mage school for a few years. He sort of got kicked out of that because he didn't have, like a lot of talent or dedication, basically. But did, sort of come away with some knowledge of magic there. And then ultimately, like what stuck was sort of being a bard and performer, like a poet and musician. Even though he very dubious musical talent, like that wasn't a huge obstacle. And subsequently, sort of not like mainstream popular, especially, but he's kind of paid his dues and has sort of like interesting, slightly obscurist, lyrics and poetry and stuff. I'm sort of thinking like a little bit of like Elvis Costello, maybe, kind of character. And then he's kind of like crossed over into like academia a little bit, and is a bard of the School of Lore. There's rumors about him of like making a deal with a demon, like at a crossroads at midnight in exchange for playing skills. But his like loot skills didn't get any better afterwards, so it's like unclear what he traded soul for exactly. You can look in the character bio for the real story there.
Oh, the fame, it's coming. It's coming. You just wait.
Yeah.
So I love
so-
everything. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I love everything about it. I think it's kind of funny. I want you to kind of conceptualize, because off of your character sheet, and I think it's going to be useful for storytelling in our own campaign, you have whatever it's called, significant performer or whatever it is. It's so such that if you are known in a place, that you are well liked. So I don't want him to be completely devoid of talent when it comes to music and other things. But you could say like, hey, everybody fucking loves it when you strum a chord in the key of G, and like he's just got his 6 power chords and he like riffs and like can kind of like work around that. Or you could say like, he's not a particularly good singer. He never will be, never was, but maybe he's cultivated a sound
Hey,
that
neither is Bob Dylan, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
exactly.
what I'm saying. Dylan
Yeah.
or Tom Waits, or he's weird enough and like fun enough that he has some kind of interest. And you can play around and adjust as you want.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was kind of thinking. Like, there's probably a guy in every town that's like a better technical player than him or something, but
And maybe other artists or something like that, other musicians are kind of frustrated with his cult fame, but amongst the general populace, he's pretty well liked, or at least people who have heard his stuff before are pretentious enough to be a
Yeah.
fad fan.
Exactly. Exactly.
Great, love it. I think we can have some fun with that. Let's see. Another question is, it was a little unclear from your bio. You have the option to have recently arrived on the island if you want.
Okay, I'm thinking he's from the island. I don't know. I could do it either way, or he just
Yeah,
knows
no,
some
I
parents here
think
from the wedding.
we don't have to get in depth in like background, but like if you want to be from the island, we can build where you're from. You can choose a place. We can talk about it. I was thinking about if I think you should all at the top of your screen see a navigatable button that says Map of Denal. Is that possible that you see it?
Nope.
Me.
I wonder exactly what that means, because I gave you guys permission to navigate there. I don't know if that means you should be able, let me see my configurations. There's something in here that no token vision, global immune. Maybe I didn't save. That's what happened. Like I set the, let me quickly look here for a second. Yeah, it didn't save the. All right, do you now have a Map of Denal button?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So when you
Nice.
open it, can you see it, or is it black?
I can see
Yeah.
it.
Okay, great. Okay, everything's working like I thought it should be. Cool. So I'm saying like the places that are kind of rich are this Galloway Meander, where it's kind of almost swampy, but this inland lake and the sea kind of create this very lush and verdant area of the island with lots of rivers. You can have mills. There's good farmland there. It's kind of the reason why the humans are doing so well on Denal, is that they control the lands that are very abundant and verdant. And so I would suggest, if you want to be from like a rich family, Carrie Meyer, West Gaul, or Harmony could be a good place to start your background. Anyway, that's just a role play funness. Nothing particularly serious about that.
Sorry, so where are the Barrows from?
The Barrows Hall is all the way up at the top. Our family lineage is directly descendant from the original human inhabitants of the island. Goodwind, however, was part of this kind of his family lineage came from the invading I was on my to-do list of coming up with a better title for our invading force, but the Armada. So he was one of the lords, or the
unwilling migrant.
A captain of the ship of the Armada, or his family was, but then he decided that this kind of rape and pillage that a soldier might find normal was upsetting to him, and so he joined his forces with the few lords and stuff like that that were resisting, and made a push to resist in the most recent rebellion. And that's why his castle was come down so hard upon, and his line was so thoroughly destroyed, because he was sin above sins, part of this old admiralty, and then was kind of fomented this rebellion.
Wow. Island is only 40 feet wide. You guys see my measurements when I?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
actually. Well, there's a key in the bottom.
I'm
of
joking.
So we can think about each square being about 20 miles.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. Cool.
Cool. So, where does the or do we have a more setup to do?
Yeah, does anybody else want to give us? I think I wouldn't mind if everybody just talked a little bit, even if we know what your character's deal is. We've all kind of talked a little bit about it. I think it might be kind of fun to.
Yeah, sure. You guys all know, if you know the Burrows family, if you're not coming into this campaign as an outsider, a stranger, then you know that my character, Eliza Burrows, is the younger sister to the prince. She's in her tweens, and or just out of her tweens, kind of still carries a tween attitude. She's like a little resentful about not being treated equitably with her brother, who is being fawned over as the patriarch of this family. And it's her dream to sort of be respected for power of her own, and not just that of the nobility that she was born into. And she's like kind of in her gothy sort of phase, maybe. Like definitely is alone a lot, writing poetry maybe, and little books and stuff. And you don't know much else. That's kind of the presentation of Eliza in general.
Okay, and Eliza's a rogue, or is there?
Yeah, I mean, so she's like, as like the younger, feebler of the siblings, and I don't know if there are any other siblings other than the prince and Eliza, but if it's just the two of them, she's always had to use her wits and strategy and sometimes stealth to get the upper hand on her brother. So that's why her background is in roguishness. Yeah, she's gotten pretty good at it. It's kind of like the only tool that she feels that she has in her toolkit to get what she wants.
Cool. I mean, I think beyond that, it's totally reasonable to have rogue-like abilities. If you have fun fencing on your own and darting through the forest and maybe sneaking up on woodland creatures, in your free time. And like, this is the kind of thing that amused her when everybody else in the castle was like otherwise detained by the, more preferential sex and the management of a castle. And
yeah, exactly. She's not staying at the banquet table for long to chat with elders. She's leaving as soon as possible, maybe to like rig the deck of cards that is going to be used for cards later in the evening or something, so that she gets the best first hand or something. Speaking of which, it was in the chat, so maybe you saw, maybe you didn't, but I'll just for the record say that the attribute of the prince that Eliza has given to him is her sleight of hand. In order for him to keep up with all her roguish craftiness, he has had to grow wise to her tricks, and as such, it has rubbed off on him.
Great, cool. All players should be owner to the prince. I'd be interested to see if you can see him in the character list or can't edit him. I don't know if you do.
I see him.
Yeah.
Looks like I can edit him.
Cool. So if you guys want, you can go ahead and do that and save me just a little bit of maintenance while I run everything else. Right now, you guys are giving me a break, and I've been fussing over this game for a while, so I sort of needed it. But if you want to, sometime during the session, you can go and throw in something like that.
Okay.
If you can.
Don't know how to do that. I can easily give him proficiency in sleight of hand.
I think if you if you open the compendium tab, like the way you built your character, you should be able to pull out anything that is a game system. The compendium tab is right next to the cogs. It looks a little bit like a book. A closed
I mean,
book.
you're trying to give him proficiency, right? Or also your dex score?
Should I give him proficiency or should I give him my sleight of hand modifier?
Your sleight of hand modifier,
Okay.
whatever you think is kind of more fun.
That'll be more difficult to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if it's an issue, like, don't worry about it. But
Why don't I just give him expertise? That seems to give him 4. That's pretty good.
yeah,
I bestowed upon him my wisdom in my old years and just set his wisdom to 16.
sweet, perfect.
Wait, were you in the character sheet? Or...
Oh, on his character sheet, I just clicked on his wisdom number and changed it.
Yeah, you should be able to edit all of his stats. If I understand how this works, which is good. Jaime.
My name's Colin Whiteshard, and not exactly of royal blood, but in my youth I made a name for myself, spilling the blood of other royals. Series of quite unfortunate events led me to my present station, which is a babysitter with a large sword, so not particularly happy about that, but life's a bit shit, isn't it?
Take inspiration for roleplay.
I probably taught the boy how to swing a sword. We could give him my strength score, or I don't know how you want to mechanically do that.
I think that's acceptable. I think we get to break rules with him. So whatever you want to do, you can do.
And I also have like a ghostly image that constantly follows me that I rarely make reference to.
Perfect.
To be sure, other people can see this.
Yep.
Okay.
He just uses it to fuck with Tall all the time.
Yeah.
And like frequently, other people have heard me like yelling in my room alone. Kind of like a Tourette's thing, possibly.
We all have those moments. To be honest. We do, don't we, guys?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Only when I have those days where I'm like, have I talked today? No?
Would Arthur like to make a presentation?
Yes. All right. So, my name is Art. Some call me the Hammer. I am here to protect and serve. I am a learning computer. Wait, no.
I got it already, but
Yeah. I was created to destroy, but now I protect. My mission is to protect the prince.
all right. So we have
I do not understand why you would need information addition to my mission. It does not seem immediately relevant to protecting the prince.
Are there any, like, is there any gray matter or any, like, soft pink tissue in you, or are you just pure robot?
Would you like to see?
Yes, that's why I asked you the question, Art.
I sort of pry open my chest, my armor, to reveal what looks like flesh. It looks like muscle, but it is actually like wood and steel and some like like crystals that look like they would be where organs would be. So it's sort of like vaguely like the shapes are sort of biological, but it is all artifice. Go ahead, poke around a little.
I just staff jab just a little bit, just like poke his liver.
Ow, that was my fantasy cyber kidney. Close the chest back up. I probably should have worked this out with Sam ahead of time. Sam, where would it? Okay, 2 questions. What language would it make more sense for me to know? Like, because you said this like
Austrian?
Dwarvish and Elvish were the 2 like sort of other cultures on the island. Yeah, so I guess that's sort of the big
Well, if
one.
we go to the book on Warforged, you're supposed to know the language common and whatever the creator of your metal body is, but for plot reasons, we're not going to know anything about them, and
Yes.
we don't know anything about them. Also, the way I illustrated art, we're going to go on the book when you go to Warforged, it is like they distinguish it from roboticness, and so give it a soul maybe in the D&D handbook, but they're like these weird mechanical where the muscles are essentially replaced with vines and trees and like the tendrils of fibers of living things, and the metal is not geared or robotic in such a way. It's controlled by like basically a living thing being animated into, it's like a very like a golem with more steps is what we're looking at.
Yes.
But I think I mean, like, we can go back and forth about this a little bit, but in this I think you will have those elements, but you are suspiciously empty in your chest cavity, maybe in your arms or something like that. We can reveal these things, but there is kind of a lack of understanding of what's going on in Art, like how he's fully powered, like what's going on with him. If you want me, I can say this to the group, but you have an intuition that there is either a pocket dimension or some kind of thing going on inside you, or maybe a larger mechanical contraption exists outside of you that is the thinking, machinating part of your thing.
I mean, I think when people ask me questions about that, I think my response is like, how do you know you are human? Point to your soul, please.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I think yeah, to the extent that you are curious about soulfulness, I think that's going back to the book, the interesting part about playing a Warforged is that there's prejudice against them, that people don't believe they have souls, but they almost certainly do. It's not concrete in the lore, so like you have the choice of doing it, of making it up, and again in this case we don't really know. It's up to Matt really what he decides personally, but it doesn't really matter, except if you find that you want to have a soul or whatever. We can make those decisions later. But for all extensive purposes, you're a golem with a soul attached. So just some lore background about Art. He was found when Goodwin Castle was set ablaze. There is one cannon. There are several cannon that came off the ship of from the Admiralty. They are the only cannon of such immense size that exist on the island. The ability to make these are kind of from a master forge maker, which is not something that the humans on this island are capable of passing that knowledge down. So they don't know how to make these cannons anymore. They're a mixture of magical and just technological advancement that makes these cannon hard to reproduce.
Hello, Zyre.
So there is one major cannon from this that kind of it is a symbol of power to the admiralty of the island, and it's part of what keeps the king in his place, is just occasionally shooting off this cannon in front of a group of people. So magic cannon hit Magic Castle. Magic Castle collapsed. There are a few castles that were there before anybody else was on the island. So the island had these castles on them, and the castle exploded basically. The magic kind of collapsing in on itself, melting and revealing a inner sanctum which is below the castle, and that's where we found Art. And the reason why Art loves the prince so much is as a child, he went with we're gonna say Lord Barrows. I guess we're calling him Michael Barrows. I wrote it down in one of my notes, so that's where Samuel was with Michael, and when they came to go sort through the rubble, try to find out who survived, and Samuel found Art. So that's how the bond first happened. And generally, people are freaked out, even amongst the court, maybe even amongst you guys. Art's pretty weird looking.
Yes, I imagine the intimidation is part of what makes for a successful bodyguard.
Yeah.
And over the years I've known him, of course, he has taught me to feel and be more human. But also I have taught him how to use a number of kinds of artisan's tools. So
Sweet.
I have and maybe some cantrips. Is that like?
I think
yeah?
since it's kind of it's not as significant as maybe taking a stat block.
Yeah.
That sounds perfect to me. Proficiency in several tools to be determined,
Yeah.
and a few cantrips to be determined.
Sweet.
And your character is an artificer. And how do artificers play? For those who maybe haven't played with an artificer before, they're generally. What function do you think you'll be playing? Are you frontline? Are you buffing? Or
I have spec'd to be frontline. So as a bodyguard, I'm going more for the physical side of things. So I I do magic, but what it looks like is sort of tinkering, or like it looks like physical things, but it is actually magic. And so basically, I look like a giant, like robot bodyguard blacksmith guy, but it is actually mostly magical. And yeah, I am hand-to-hand combat in the I punch things, but then I also have spells for.
And will the party maybe look forward for you to maybe tinker with a few items and give them buffs, or are you saving those for yourself?
Yeah, actually, one of the things I'm looking forward to is seeing you guys fight over who gets to use my items.
All right, cool. Let's see. We are pretty much done with all of our introductions, and it's time to get into the story. It has now become nighttime. Shortly before the story begins, all of you hosted kind of an awkward dinner with the messenger that came. It was quite a few of them. They came in a group. There's 3 in the entrance hall of the castle, and they might be having a discussion. There is you have the scene that I first published of Michael, Lord Barrows, speaking to all of you has just happened. He you guys are still in this chamber after asking Eliza to get Samuel because he wasn't part of that initial conversation. You guys now are in. If you would kindly move your tokens back up to Lord Barrow's chamber. He has a few more things to say, and then we'll get going with your autonomy. Will be returned.
Lord
to you.
Barrows is going to tell us stuff from bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's bedridden. He's
Gotcha.
pretty sick. He's an old dude. So he's you guys are all gonna be up there. He's like, well, I have a few more things I must ask of you. You will be going to town shortly, but we must make preparations. This is an important moment for our family, and so all dues must be continued, and everything must go according to plan in order to safeguard our new position in this court. You will have to go and pay the respects to the dead. Eliza, my daughter, you and Samuel must go to the Barrows, to our gravesite, the Barrows.
Who named that shit? Who named that shit again?
And say a prayer to our elders and make sure that their spirits are calm. Meanwhile, I have another task for you. And I'm not actually sure if I am able to send you to so I've been trying to I'm gonna briefly split the party. We might just do it by we're playing a role-playing game. Doesn't necessarily have to happen this way. But so I'm gonna forgo a little bit of role-playing here. Basically, the first task you guys are gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go. You're part of the first things you'll have to do is you'll have to go to the town and pay the dues of the tax collector. It's one of the characters that we was talked about briefly in our intro video was one of the advisors who is now supposedly on your side is this tax collector. So Colin, you and once these younger folks go off to pray to our ancestors, I want you and Talilan to stay behind, and I'll give you a few tasks to do. So.
All right. So is Prince and I? Are we leaving?
So Fad, you have the choice to go along with them. I was splitting the party now. So Fad, Eliza, and Samuel are going to be going to a new screen in a little bit.
Come on, Samuel. Let's get this over with.
Where Samuel goes, the hammer also goes.
Nice.
As you ask, my lord, of course, but perhaps the young lad might need some spiritual guidance. I do know a few prayers.
It's touching that you say that, Colin. I didn't know you had such reverence for this family. You're an old dog, but a faithful one. I've always appreciated your presence. You're a most valued member of my court. I'm excited to see you shepherd my son and teach him how to be a good soldier and a good man. I have a few tasks for you. You will find it most unpleasant. It's more. It's a a clerical issue. I'm sorry to say. It seems death and
Damn it.
taxes, as they often say, are the almost unavoidable parts of life, and I find myself engaged in doing both. It's this god-forsaken tax collector. We must pay our dues. But it's not just that. Our people are burdened by this loathsome tax. And this land, it's so verdant and green, but there is no access to the currency. They have to pay they have to sell the entire produce of the year's harvest just in order to secure themselves some gold. Because of our lordly status, we have been assured access through the governor of Highgrove to a line of currency that will allow us to pay our dues. But we have been fortunate, not like our people who starve even though their fields are bountiful. We must go and sell our goods to the governor of Highgrove so we may have enough currency to pay our dues, but we've been fortunate and have extra this season. We must share with the people to lighten their load and to return the currency back into circulation. There's so little gold amongst our people that they scrimp and save just to beg for coin to pay their taxes. You will talk to the overseer of the castle, Callie, in the kitchens. She will provide you with a list of goods that you can take to town. You will be able to pack the carriage with a number of goods, but the goods that should take this down. Are you writing this, or will you be able to remember? You can take 10 units of grain, 10 products, 5 products of the smith, and 5 products of the mill. The two towns that you will go to, first you will go to Highgrove to try to sell these the fruits of our castle. We are essentially a landed farmer now that we have been so demoted by the king. But you will take these to the Highgrove, and then from there you will go to the ruins of Castle Goodwind, where you will find another market. The people from Goodwind Sounds are a lost son to us. They are separated by the river, and they have no arable land there. The grains will sell for a higher price there, and then they will also have need of boats and timbers. Timber is not common in these places, so perhaps you shall sell them there. The rest I shall leave up to you, the choices you should make to fetch the best price. But the thing I must impress upon you is that this gold is to be spent in town so that the people may survive this coming winter and are able to pay their taxes. You will outfit yourself for court there, and you will gain some notoriety amongst my people. They do not know your faces nor the face of my son as much as they should. We have been too much cloistered in our castle. So this will give you a good opportunity to spread the wealth of our people to our people, as a good lord must surely do.
Right.
So-
That's all well and good, my lord, but I must say, clerical tasks for a cleric make a bit of sense. Unfortunately, I do know more about death than taxes, and I can't say I know how to read or write.
Oh God,
Perhaps-
the dunce
perhaps
stirring
we'll-
that part, your lordship. Were you able
Provide
to?
scribe or post in the chat What the task is at hand.
Don't worry, Kellen. I'm able to remember it all. Would you like my charcoal so you might write this down?
As I just said, I don't know how to write.
Why am I not surprised? A man of your age played with a sword more than a pen.
It is of no matter, Callan. I surely just want you are in tune with our people, mostly. You have come from them. At one time, you were not part of this court. You and Tal must put your heads together and play this little mini game I've set up for you of deciding what to bring and where to sell it. So if you, I also just want to make sure that all my merchants are working. So you guys can go explore the castle together. You guys going down to Callie, the overseer. She is going to have all the items. I've set it up as basically that she's a loot drop person. If things aren't working exactly right, we can definitely go and change things up later. I can just add the goods to inventories. There is outside there is a vehicle that I've designated. It is a carriage that you can put the goods into that hopefully will travel from one screen to another. And you can go and fill the carriage with goods while the two of you are sort of deciding in chat what you want to take. And everybody is welcome to kind of be deciding this. I just thought that this might happen when we take place in the next scene. So I just want you to have the option of doing that. But let me know if you are heading outside. There is a little bit of a scene going on in the main hall. So
perhaps his lordship might tell us where his merchant is about in the hall.
So Callan has found the merchant, or the
I don't know where this is, and I don't feel like dragging my character around for a half hour.
Is in the kitchen. The castle overseer is in the kitchen. It's to the right of the main hall.
Question: is it easy to do conditional lighting on and off? Because if this is our home, maybe we should just have it on or off. Just see everything.
I originally had it that way, but I think for story reasons, we're going to keep it how it is.
Okay,
it's nighttime. I also want to explore how people's night vision and stuff like that works. We're kind of going over some of the mechanics of how this game, system kind of comes together. But I totally vibe with that too. I wonder if I could just give you guys all like vision and then set it to Fog of War later. But
yeah, don't worry about it. If you want to have Fog of War later, then don't worry about it. It was just a suggestion in case that wasn't the case. But okay, so me, Eliza, and Sam, you all here.
Samuel, Eliza, and
did we make it out the front door?
Yeah, as you pass, you see a little bit of a scene transpiring.
Okay.
The Castellan. Also, some of the named characters, if you drag your cursor over them, should show you their names. But Corin the Castellan is a faithful part of your court and somebody you admire, although he's not martial in any significant respect. He helps oversee the goings on of all the land, and he's in a pretty big argument with the lead messenger. As you approach, you have the option to do one of many things. You can eavesdrop, or you can push by, or you can demand to know what's going on. Any of those things.
Okay, and then how would you like to handle the Samuel's actions, if any? Like, does Samuel just walk by? Is he like... I'm imagining Samuel's like a dumb jock character in like a high school flick. Like, he is just going around. We point, he goes, okay.
Yeah, I will have points when
When he'll do
he will
stuff.
kind of when he'll push the plot forward or just make sure we're getting on track. But let's
Someone move
say
me?
as you guys are going, he and Fadarin are having friendly conversation, joking amongst themselves, not really having a care right now. Samuel is excitedly murmuring about what he might do if he becomes king. This kind of new prospect is filling his mind with all sorts of different ideas of and whether it's good governance or the lifting of skirts. He and Fadarin are joking pretty vigorously. So you and Fadarin, you're welcome to. I don't want to limit your autonomy here. You're welcome to interrupt this conversation, but I'm saying for the most part, and Art as well. You're part of this. You're going outside as well. Does anybody want to take an action or watch the scene unravel a little bit?
I will assess. So, okay, just for context, like the Castellan has always been like a loyal member of the sort of the court and associate to the family.
Yes, most of the people of your castle are very happy to have the Barrows as lords. They were sort of up-jumped from kind of medium level nobility to lords of this area, but they've been very kind. And after people kind of got over the initial shock of seeing, of new money, they were, they had to adopt the honors which are kind of given. This is a medieval society, so oftentimes the lords and ladies are celebrity-like, as you might, as people kind of have a outsized opinion of celebrities. So too do they have of you guys, but yes, he's a happy member of your.
Okay, looking at the three soldiers or two soldiers in the messenger, they appear to be blocking the way out. So my question is, how engaged of a conversation are they in? How impassioned is it? Is it calm enough that we could say "excuse me, coming through," or are they really engrossed and there'd be no way to break through the communication?
They are relatively engrossed, but
Okay.
they are messengers in your court. If you want to walk by them, you definitely can. Also, this is a limitation of a game board, so
Yeah.
there is enough space to walk by them without it being like, "Excuse me, pardon me, sir. Excuse me." So if you want to, you can do that.
Oh, okay.
Also, the main messenger, he's taken a tone with this guy, but you have a suspicion that if he saw you coming down, he would at least try to hush his voice, making the conversation private or trying to diminish the amount of tude that you're picking up. This is a guy who feels like he's noble talking to a guy who he feels like is basically a peasant.
Yeah.
Also, for the mini game that we're talking about, I'm sorry, I have to give one more thing to the boys who are discussing maybe or trying to decide what they bring.
I am also a boys.
Yeah. The entire payment to the tax collector is going to be 100 gold. I don't like dealing with gold in the thousands of pieces. I'm going to make gold is rare in this world, so some of the things that would be more expensive or less because there's just less access to it. That's part of this problem. There's a set fixed price in the head of the court for what gold should be, but then the access to gold makes it much, much more expensive for people to buy the coinage with whatever copper or silver they have at their hands, and then it's according to the mind of the court, this gold is so expensive, but due to laws of capitalism and the scarcity of it and the need to use it to pay taxes, it's inflated in value. So you will need 100 gold to pay the due of the castle. There is guaranteed you are going to sell livestock there that I didn't include in the ledger that is going to equal 60 gold. So anything you make past 100 gold can be spent in town. The one thing is you will arrive at the town with a marketplace first, and you will not know necessarily if you choose to sell your goods, some of which will go for a higher price. It should be in the description if the price is variable. So some gold, some things you might not know how much currency you need is the thing you will think about here. Because you need a remainder of 100, but you should have things you'll want to buy in town, and you want to buy things in town and spend money generously for the prosperity of the towns. Back to our story.
Okay, does the messenger, is he holding any piece of paper, or is this all verbal?
The messenger presented a message with
Okay.
a wax seal on it.
I walk straight up to it and snatch it out of whoever's holding its hands, and say, "What's all this then?"
Well,
As I see Eliza striding confidently towards this group of people, I have known her long enough to know that she is probably about to do something fairly forward. So I will go ahead and guidance her.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I feel like I'm still lost in conversation with Samuel and like telling him stories and stuff. I have imparted in him my jack of all trades attribute,
Nice.
because I have my having failed at everything for the first 2 decades of my life. That is a experience he will not have.
I love
so
that.
I try to impart upon him my worldly wisdom.
Okay, so
So I walk up and I snatch the paper. Do I get it? Do you want me to roll for it?
yeah, roll for it.
All right.
Plus a D4.
Plus a
he sees
D4.
her-
How do I do a plus a D4? Sorry, this is the first roll of the campaign. It's going to take a second.
Yeah, fine.
Just
Maybe
roll.
just slash roll 1D4. No. Or with a
there-
space.
Yeah.
Aha.
if you-
Okay.
Sweet. So 12. You see him jerk his hand back, but he is a messenger, and as his kind of cognition comes, the gut reaction of pulling away, he allows you to take the letter from him. Surely he did want to give it to you. This has been presented already in the court, you do take the letter.
Okay, great. I say, yeah. What's all this about, Corin? I look at Corin, he's the one who's responding so antagonistically towards the message. So I look at him while unfurling or breaking the seal. You said it was already read or opened or whatever, right? So
Yeah,
I'll go ahead and
it was
just.
presented during the dinner. It could have easily been given to you, but since we've already gone through this path, he retained a copy.
Oh yeah, I don't ask. I take.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay. So I'd like to give the note a glance, a read over, while I wait to hear what Corin has to say for himself.
So the note is the same note as it was during dinner. It is basically a official summons to come to the court for this event of the wedding and the courtship, wedding, and arraignment of the next prince. In some fanciful wording.
Got it. Okay. So I say, oh, I already knew about all this. I must have. Corin, what's the matter? Is there something new?
This Godwig man here, he's just accused me of being nearsighted.
Goodwig, is this true?
I was just waiting for him to give himself cover for the fact that he has not yet noticed my signal ring. He wishes me and my companions bed outside in tents. It's been a long journey. We've been good and truly fed, and now I wish a bed, and so fits my station. I speak. He will continue if you don't interrupt him.
Oh, okay.
I speak with the voice of the king, and I demand lodging in this house. If I am to be, I am a representative.
Okay.
He's talking
Yeah.
about
I get it.
seeing anybody, including Fadrin and Arthur. If you wish, you can now take a perception check. He's been talking about how this guy can't see his ring. The ring glints in your eye, Fadrin. You do have a soft spot for jewelry, and it is definitely the signal. It is the ring that impressed the wax on the paper. It is a genuine product, but it does seem to sit a little large on this guy's finger.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's a legit ring. But is that yours? Are you borrowing it? Looks a little, like usually when you get a ring. So take a look at mine. See the fit?
Take
real nice, right?
Take a charisma check.
Let's see. So that's saving throw. I think I add something to this. I think I add 2 to that, maybe.
Because of your proficiency.
Yeah. Let me quick look. So 12 or 14. That's enough.
So your delivery is basically what you just did. It's you make it known very clearly that you noticed this, but it's not really intimidating, or it doesn't catch him completely off guard, almost as if he was expecting some kind of barb in this direction. And he's, well, my lordly figure has this long trek across our country. I've come all the way from Galloway, for God's sake. It's been a night, and it's been several nights of rations and weary travel. I've lost water weight is all. The ring fits perfectly on my finger, and I do not know why you say such a.
Okay.
I would like to try and determine whether his skin has also shrunk, or his skin looks wrinkled from weight loss, which it should.
Yeah, I think what you're getting at is a basic insight to the honesty or perception to whether or not his body matches his story, right?
I was aiming for investigation in sort of a very probing and slightly uncomfortable way. Maybe something to the effect of like,
okay,
your human skin does not look more folded after weight loss.
Do an investigation check. So you a lot of what
and
you
I
do,
definitely I sort of reach for him also.
Oh yeah, you're poking him for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that kind of you miss in terms of like when somebody says something, they ought to mean it, and like the general like good manners that might be obvious to a person maybe sometimes elude you, but when your hand comes up doing to your artificery, it kind of turns and your finger kind of splinters into little pokey grabby bits, and you give them a nice jab. This is alarming to all of them. You hear the scrape of metal slightly as one of the messenger guards is just toying with with something on his buckle. Sliding metal, tightness of breath is felt all around.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to be the one to touch his skin?
Corin, what is the reason you're refusing hospitality to this clearly king's men?
Oh, well, you know I would never, except that our rooms, we have no vacancy in the part of the castle that our good Lord Goodwig, the Lord Goodwig demands that he not be quartered with the servants, where we have ample space, but instead has committed me to kicking one of our counselors out of their chambers. And I would not do such a thing without first confiding in you or they or
Very, very wise of you, Corin. Very wise of you. Listen, why don't you take these men in to see where they go? The counselors. Oh, did they already leave? They walked right past us out the front door. Damn it! My goal was to just schlep this problem onto you guys and then leave.
Well, I mean,
Sorry, we're loading the cars, dude.
This is for everybody but you, Andy. The 4 chambers to the left of the scene are the 4 rooms that would possibly be able to be vacated to make
Right.
space for this. You can accommodate as many as you want. You have the feeling like just accommodating the Godwig, the lead messenger at this point, would temper this whole scene and cause it to go away. He wants to stay in the castle. He wants to not stay with the servants. He demands not to stay with the servants because it would be an affront to the king. But if any of you wish, you may now give up you will be leaving in the morning. You may give up your room for tonight and sleep in the barn.
Okay, Eliza cares not at all about what's going on. So she, at this point, has now decided that she's going to just intentionally hit shoulders with Godwig and his right-hand man and pass right by him and say, I don't know, figure it out. And she pieces out.
All right. You do notice that poor Corin, the Castellan, is sweating bullets.
Yeah,
Does
Eliza
want a
doesn't care.
resolution.
Sorry.
Awesome. Great. I'm going to be very generous in this game with inspiration. I'm going to just shit it out all the time.
Love it.
So you get inspiration for
Sweet.
playing your character, and maybe not necessarily the wisest action. Fadarin, you're the only person who is both available to give up his room and still here as this conversation is happening.
Can I pull the Castellan aside? And I mean, is this any of my business? I feel like this is a little beyond my pay grade, right?
No,
I guess I
well,
could give him my.
you are like the best friend of the prince. You have been given quarter, and to some extent you've been given they're your benefactors. You're not like part of the court, but you can certainly abandon your room if you want. If you think it would help and you are so inclined, you can do that.
Okay, can I pull the
Fuck
Castellan
these
aside?
guys.
I'm curious. Like, is this just about a room, or is there something bigger at issue here? You know, if it's just about a room, they can figure it out, right? Or are they worried about this guy's intentions about having him in the castle?
So how do you want to say that? That's kind of a mouthful to whisper. You can say, baby.
I'll pull him into the kitchen. Here, let's. We're gonna go talk to the servants.
Oh no, these guys are at the front. They'll balk. You can try to do that, but the scene will continue if you try to pull them away.
Oh, well, just pull the Castellan away and talk to him for a moment. They're gonna. You guys stay here.
You can pull
We're gonna
him
go
back.
back.
You can pull him back so that you can have a hushed conversation. But we're talking feet. You will be pursued, not in an aggressive manner, but in a way that these guys will want to. They're just like expectant to have this resolved. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you. What'd you make? Sick.
I made a bunch of small knives and coal.
Do me and Tal kind of hear this scene like
Yes, at
degenerating
this
from-
point you can join this scene if you want.
And is like I would assume that my like general role in the house is like security chief.
Yeah,
So that would kind of be my angle for wanting to
as you
join
say
this
it.
scenario.
Yeah.
Did you want us to like resolve this like scene with Callie? We just like clicked on stuff. Also.
I had some porters start bringing out all the shit to the cart. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
the king
wanted
said bring a lot of things. I figured would sell what we could.
I wanted to give you some agency. I also know that Schoolie kind of likes worksheeting. I think
Oh.
we're talking about money for the group, but we will have a limited amount of stuff to spend. I wanted to give you guys some agency over that. I certainly don't want to remove you from the scene, so you can now rejoin it. You know, some things will sell better in the Goodwin Ruins, and some things will sell better at town, but town is where the market is. So that's the one little concern you might have. So you're gonna have you guys understand, I'm sure. Would you like to join the scene now?
Yeah, I would like to kind of waltz out, you know, peek my head around, puff up my chest a little bit, and just kind of be like, well, what seems to be the problem then? In kind of an aggressive tone, standing fairly close to the upset nobleman.
Intimidation check. Or charisma if you want. Or actually not intimidation. Yeah, well, they're all based off of charisma. So yeah, I guess intimidation. Whoop. We got a bunch of question marks from that.
Right?
I got
it's a
Privately
self-roll.
rolled some die. Yeah.
Yeah, I was testing some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, from that's gonna succeed. For the generally the amount of like kind of back and forth, this guy is like, he's gone from kind of fully standing his ground, also chest puffed out. He's obviously sort of a kind of lead man. He's just there's so much like confusion and energy, and now it's not just one person he's surrounded by, but three, and two of them seem at least as big as he is or bigger. So all of a sudden his aura is depleted. He's a little less persistent, but still verbally he persists and says, well, I speak with the king's voice, the king himself. It's as this ring means that it's as if he were corporeally within the grounds of this folly of a castle himself. His Majesty King Ethelbrand stands before you by all matter of speaking.
So I'm going to be
Right, Mr. Ethelbrand, I'm going to have to ask you to wait outside while we resolve this matter ourselves. We'll get right back to you.
Yeah, and we are all loyal subjects of the king, you know. But remember that you are guests. You're a guest in this castle, buddy. So let's all be cool.
I will look over to Callan if Callan is the sort of like head of security. Does that make me sort of like chief bouncer? And is there like an established dynamic wherein maybe, you know, like Callan sometimes looks at me and then I step forward menacingly?
This is a question really for Callan. I don't know if you
I
guys get along
I
particularly.
like the robot better than most humans. He's got a soldier's honor and doesn't talk too much.
Yeah, actually, yes. I look over at Callan expectantly, sort of, you know, waiting for a nod or a head shake as to whether I should take a step forward.
One more thing.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to like, you know, kind of tell these guys to fuck off until Lord Barrows or whoever can make a decision, because I don't really give a shit personally.
Okay.
You could
I will
solve this
not
by giving
escalate
up your room, just to remind you.
I mean,
Has someone told me that? I don't think I'm smart enough to figure that out.
Oh no, it hasn't been communicated to you.
No,
But somebody could tell.
I'm happy to give up my room. I just want to talk with the castellan and the
Okay,
chief of
so you will
security here to
proceed.
make sure I'm not stepping on their toes. Yeah.
Okay, by bluster and muster, you guys have convinced these guys, and he's kind of, as he's leaving, he's like, "But we'll step outside, but be sure we'll be back in here tonight to rest our weary heads. It's going to be a long trip back, and we must make preparations now that you've accepted the invitation."
I mean, can they wait in here and enjoy some of these?
Well,
These nice
no, this
chat?
is what the scene has continued. They are
Oh.
now going to step outside. Ooh. So they're all.
And can I just like, do I think that is this like a normal thing to happen?
You are in disfavor. The court is characterized as being very like a lot changed when the Admiralty was established. Oh, somebody just made a giant fireball.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Used it for fireball. I thought
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
torch attack everyone.
Wow, this
Yeah,
campaign
someone
ended
said-
quickly.
Someone said one more thing, and that is, escalation code recognized. No, I tried to light a torch, and it did this.
Jamie, you've done more stuff with this kind of.
Yeah, so if you go into the measurement thing, you can delete the fireball. The like second thing on the left at the top left toolbar.
Ah, cool.
Once you're in that menu, you can click on it and delete it.
So I think what you should do is go into your character sheet and just augment your vision. Once you figure out a way to delete this.
Is that a
So there's a
torch?
trash can at the bottom once you've clicked the ruler. Try.
You can just click on it and delete it, I think.
Yeah, there's
I
like a
can
little
do that.
star thing at the center of the fireball that you need to click on.
Yes, I click on that.
And then hit del,
There you go,
not
there it goes.
backspace,
Okay,
not
cool.
backspace.
Sorry about that. I did not fireball, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how you do. I haven't really done the torch thing yet. I was sort of hoping to figure that out in this scene.
It fireballs the room.
But if you want, you can adjust your player's vision by going into your stat sheets on the side underneath your size. There's somewhere where you can do vision.
The way torches worked in Roll20, and I'm sure it's the same, is that oh, actually no, there is a whole nother lighting system in this. But yeah, if you just click on your character sheet and then you click token and then vision,
Oh yeah.
you can change bright vision to like 60 or whatever it is for a torch.
Cool.
It just doesn't illuminate the space for others, so that's kind of annoying.
So I mean, I think Callan,
Like your actor panel? Sorry. How do you get to the vision thing?
If you
Anyway.
okay, so double click on your character. Up at the top where the different tabs are, there is a tab called token. This token tab is a little confusing because your character sheet is being synced with the character sheet that is persistent along all three worlds, or all the worlds that we have up in the top, all the different scenes we have. But this token thing is not persistent. It is based off of the place you are currently at. So unless you go and change whatever token-esque thing you are trying to do in the token mold, the little actors directory, if you go and change your token there, every time you pull your token in from that point forward, the prototype token will be applied to your token, your current active token. But
Got it.
if you already have a dude in the scene already, that might not carry over perfectly. It's not perfect.
Got it. Yeah, no, totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does the Castellan think of this guy? Hey Castellan, is this just about the room, or are we? This guy seem a little sketch to you? I got kind of weird vibes. Like I don't believe he's lost weight in his fingers traveling. So that seems, I've heard a lot of stories.
You certainly are more perceptive than me, my lord, but this is unfortunately par for the course for these admiralty. They all think they own this land now, and by God, they treat us all like we are object, nay, animal, nay, object.
Yeah. Did you know any of those guys? Have you ever seen those guys before? Like do we know they're actually with the king, or do they just kill a messenger and steal?
Well, what an assertion. I would
Yeah,
hope that would not be the case.
Would make a good song. Yeah.
Subterfuge, but at what end?
I don't know. Does anyone want the Lord dead? I mean, I guess nature's doing that. Nature's taking care of that for him. But...
Yes, our good Lord Michael, well, God forgive me for saying this. Dare I speak it out loud? But yes, I do not believe he'll be here on your return. He sends his son away at the end of his life, only because he knows that it might change the fortunes of his family. Else, I'm sure he would have you at his side. The doctors come frequently as of late.
Wow. Take inspiration.
No.
Inspiration against you guys?
Yeah.
I'll take inspiration.
I thought that was just a really beautiful speech.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah, I'm kind of warming up into it. I
Sure.
must admit, guys, I have been working on this for a long time, and I was feeling pretty freaked out when we first started. I kind of tripping over my words, so forgive me if I'm a little nervous. I also was up at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to fix things that weren't working. So
This is your first time DMing anything, right?
It's been great. Yeah.
I'm enjoying. Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Okay, so
Schoolie, you also are I didn't mean to put you in a position where you were sort of out of this conversation.
Oh, I'm very much just leaning up against the wall, listening to everything happening.
Not taking sides, huh? Inspiration.
Just letting people make fools of themselves for what's
using your ears. Inspiration.
Yeah. Hey, Callan, you're gonna be around, right? When I get this guy in my room, you keep an eye on him during the night. Make sure he doesn't get up to shit. If he does, tell me about all the details, because that'll sell.
Yeah, do I think it's a security liability to have strangers in the house, or am I this is a normal thing?
If you were of a court of a bigger size, yeah, this would be normal. It is not out of the ordinary for this guy to want lodging. It's kind of an embarrassment to this court, and really, you're no noble. As far as you're concerned, he probably should get the lodging. But this is also your room. This is how we do things here at Barrows Hall. None of us come from the Admiralty. Fuck him. So those are your considerations.
Well, I don't know. I slept a lot
You
of
said
bars
dick
watching this.
butt. Would that be the king saying that as well?
What'd you say? Sorry.
If you were to say dick butt or fuck ass, would that be the king saying those words as well then?
You are
He's out of the room.
outside with them right now?
Yeah.
You came outside with this group.
Yeah, I've kind of pushed them out and been interrogating them and harassing them while Fadron has a conversation inside.
You will excuse me, my lord, if I scratch my chin and ponder your wise saying.
Right,
Okay.
well,
Or are you a lord, you up-jumped soldier?
no, just a soldier then. You're welcome to have my bed. I've made it quite good smelling for you. I'm sure someone in Barrows Hall will tuck you in at night too. And then I kind of storm off and start loading shit on that cart.
And I will turn to him and say, I would offer you my bed, but I do not sleep, thus I have no need for one.
Well, I had designed Barrows Hall before I came up with this occupancy problem and knew you were a robot. So you do actually have a room.
That's fine. A room I can use. I
No
just don't.
bed.
The room doesn't have a bed. It has
Yeah.
a stool.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
As a-
So pretend like one of the smaller rooms over there is just like
Yeah.
bare and
More of a broom
stool.
closet.
Yeah, more of a broom
Yeah,
closet.
a
Yes.
large wardrobe that you sort of close the door in on yourself.
Yeah. So
yes,
you guys,
it is like
if you want to win favor with these guys, you could now give up multiple rooms. We've had two of you. You know, the one room required to solve this situation peaceably has been given up by Callan because he was talking with this guy when this all happened. I think right now, Fad, you and Callan are sort of communicated back and forth. I'm not gonna say like you guys haven't like you guys are both hearing this stuff, but so far it's just Callan who was outside with these guys who's given up his room.
Okay.
You
I'm
can
gonna
give
sort
up
of make-
yours too.
Yeah, I'm gonna maybe
Okay.
chat up one of the, one of the common men and try and get a sense of, hey, like whether he seems royal, what is, sort of what his deal is, where he's from. Get a sense if he's starting to make up stories when I ask him basic friendly questions. I don't know if we need to go through the dialogue for that or what.
I
but-
would like you to actually, because I think I will have you roll things based on how compelling I find your small talk. Because what's happened right now, there's a resolution, but tensions are kind of high. So if you want to have this kind of discourse, maybe as they're heading inside, or you like, we're sort of in frozen animation as we often are in D&D. So I want to see you kind of role play this out for me a little bit.
Well, I'll ask him if he wants to. I mean, can I offer? Like, you guys hungry? Anyone wanna?
So Haps, let me give you a little lead here.
Yes.
As the group returns inside to situate the captain of the messengers, you strum a little GDC progression and amuse yourself by striding alongside one of the messengers who you think appears a little bit more amenable. Now,
also, like, if these guys are telling the truth, they should be hungry, right? So it's a little bit of like a passive aggressive kind of.
well,
Yeah,
we've
thank you.
just finished dinner in the scene previous. I know I have it laid out. They probably won't refuse more food, or certainly not liquor.
Oh, did they just eat with us?
Yeah, we just ate.
Okay. Yeah, I'll offer him some nightcaps, play a little music, talk about their travels.
Okay. It's like, from one, God, what's it called when somebody's not a person? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, from one man's man to another. Thank you for the drink, good sir.
Yeah. How'd you end up a royal messenger? A lot of people. Yeah, it seems like good stuff.
How does one find oneself in any station in life? I was a guard in Galloway town. my cousin, he's the Lord Messenger. Godwig is his name. He took me with him. The pay's better.
Yeah, I bet. Man, I've been up to Galloway Town actually. It's beautiful there in the spring. The cherry blossoms on the hills. You ever get out and see those?
Ah, well, in the part of Galloway I hail from, the springtime just makes the street stink.
Yeah, true everywhere these days, right?
Yes, vapors. They are quite, uh, uh, quite quarrelsome, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, they gotta, you know, enlighten nobility, and we still can't teach the peasants not to shit in the streets. Am I right?
Yes, we are stubborn, us peasants.
Oh, well, I assumed he's sort of, like very eager to distinguish himself from the peasants, being the royal employee. No?
Oh, you know what? Let's go with that. Take a charisma check. I don't
Okay,
want to
how
get
did
you
you
in
do that?
trouble here, but yeah. You appeal to his sense of entitlement. He's not a peasant anymore. He's a royal messenger, by God. But something did feel a little strange. You saw it click in his head like it hadn't occurred to him before. But yes,
Mhm,
he's better than them.
mhm,
He slaps you
yeah.
on the shoulder, but there's something feigned about it.
Mhm, yeah. Sounds like he needs another drink.
Yep.
Um,
Well,
yeah.
are you leading him to give him your room? Have you discussed this idea? Do you want to discuss this idea?
Wait,
Yeah.
so I think I misunderstood a little bit because with the whole dinner thing, like we're not leaving on our adventure tonight, right? That's
No,
all
you're
happening
leaving in the
morning.
morning. They're
So
just now
like
quarreling.
by giving up my room, I'm sleeping with Robot. I thought I was sleeping on the road.
No, you're sleeping in the barn or with Robot in Robot's room. He'd throw an extra pair of blankets. You could sleep on the ground in there, or with
Well,
any of the other counselors.
yeah.
Robot
Yeah.
has not one but two names with which he can be spoken of.
So yeah,
So
I would like to probably get drunk as I do every night. I assume like this is like an ongoing drinking scene. So I'd like to kind of yeah try and like challenge them to a bit of a drinking contest.
Okay.
yeah, actually, I
So
will.
here, let's
as-
can I have a little bit of progress, and then we'll kind of move on to this next scene. The progress is the room is given up to the Godwig, the lead messenger. It's quite a nice room. Fatarin has some pretty good digs, a big bed, and a fire to warm himself by. His doties kind of bring in some luggage, but not much. Some bags, oddly shaped, but they good Godwig has has put his head down, and the he seemed to kind of have a word with his messengers. I don't know how closely anybody might have been following them. If you want to have this scene be trailing them into this, I think Fatarin, if you want, you can say, yeah, this whole time I was talking, they were walking there and going back and forth. You can either be outside his chambers, or afterwards, the one of the guardsmen at least will be returning to have a drink or two.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I was hoping to get them drunk and then we all pass out at the tables or on the barn
Yeah.
or something, so we can avoid the whole who sleeps where issue with the guards, and also keep them a little separated.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, we have gone on to the drinking phase of this evening.
Can I get a quick, before you start drinking, can I get a quick check-in on me and Samuel and whether or not the
Yes.
robot came?
Let's take. He seems kind of otherwise. Arthur, the prince is going to be headed towards the the grave site at the
Yeah,
back
we're
of
going
the
to the
castle. All the way at
graveyard.
the top of the castle, there's a grave site.
Oh, I was looking for it. I
Okay.
couldn't find it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, well, I
Right
mean, it's gonna be
before-
on a new map. I'm kind of
Oh.
interested to see what happens because
It is on a new map?
yeah, it's on there.
Right before we head out, I will turn to Callan and say, "So, will you be engaging in your nightly poisoning with the guests this time?"
Well, yeah, I thought I was going to be on the road during the grave scene.
No,
Or I'm like busy filling the card
you're,
still or
yeah, yeah. The only reason you guys are not in the same place, and if you want, you can actually say, let's have that be resolved. If you want, you can all go to the gravesite. I just thought maybe you'd want to be in the castle or nearby.
something? Yeah, I want to keep an eye on these dudes.
Yeah, also, I
Before he
left.
gets rip roaring drunk.
I left
Good,
with
good head of security.
the prince, like, I don't know, at least
Yeah.
30 minutes ago. So, for you to have been in that previous
shit.
scene,
Yeah.
then you weren't.
Yeah,
you
you
didn't
guys were
come
out the
with
door
us.
during that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We held
so I'm
up.
gonna
Eliza
move-
does not stick around for this sort of bullshit.
Okay, so we are in this new scene. I'm gonna
Nice.
remove Fatarin because whoops, what happened to Samuel? Disappeared as well. I had them both selected.
He was beheaded.
Oh, so it's just Samuel and Eliza off to go pay respects to
Right.
grandfather.
And Arthur,
Where
right?
where Samuel where
yeah,
Samuel
I know
goes,
Arthur. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize you were here. Sorry, Arthur.
so does the hammer.
You can select those two together.
Yeah. So yeah, you can go ahead and move Samuel for the purpose of this one.
Okay, great. So, what were we intending to do down here? We're just praying to our ancestors for good
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you for performing this task
Mhm.
take a. So the next action you do will have a guidance on it. So you will have advantage on the next roll that you take.
After I pray or before?
Yeah, I mean you have to. It is if you feel like
Oh, okay.
Eliza will earnestly.
Oh no,
pray-
she's not. She is totally rolling her eyes. She doesn't give a fuck about this. Like she.
You're just babies. Yeah.
Yeah, she feels like this whole task was just to get me and the prince out of the room so that you could talk to the Lord could talk to his muscly men without us being around. So like she's actually kind of pissed. She thinks like some information is being withheld from her. That's kind of why she wanted to stick her nose in the messenger deal. But then once that wasn't juicy at all, she just kept on walking. So anyway, she's like whatever. So she looks at Samuel and says like, you know, if you want to waste your time and breath, like, go for it. I'm only here for the ride.
I'm touched with your concerns for our father's wishes, sister.
Yeah, well, you know, prayer. I don't believe prayer goes very, very far in this life. So I'll contribute to my father's wishes in ways that are more substantial than empty breath.
I have no knowledge of godly things, but from what I have observed, devotion to causes larger than oneself may sometimes yield rewards.
Wow, that's so wise of you, Arthur. Please tell me more.
If you truly miss your family, why not simply construct new ones?
You made me laugh. Take inspiration. I'm giving it out like candy, so use it. And if you give me like especially good flavor text in combat, even I might throw you some inspiration. So Samuel, and in mock of Samuel, unless you disagree with this, Arthur, you also put your like little robot fingers together, and Samuel, you know, he lights a little incense and does some prayers. He's speaking quietly to himself, but it's just generally, you know, sweet little like, oh, thank you, Father, for like I will walk in your footsteps one day. I will be as great a king as you, grandfather. Um, uh, and Eliza, you, it's always been there, but it's not something you admit, maybe even to yourself. But this, you had occasions in your childhood that were lonely, but sometimes they were punctuated by a sense of belonging to another caste of beings altogether, a whisper from a tree, a blade of a rabbit hole that maybe was a portal to another land. These sort of things used to tickle your fancy, and you've always had kind of a half of whether you admit it or not to yourself, you've always had half a foot in in a little bit of magical realism. um and that feeling kind of long kind of forgotten due to teenage angst and pushing it from your mind kind of leaks back into, and as you gaze around, you see something in the sky that seems a little unfamiliar, or at least out of place. There's a shimmering of just a brief, like if you've ever seen a sundog, where like a cloud kind of, but it's a little bit of that, but just like a little light kind of flickers across the sky, something calling to you maybe.
Okay. I say nothing but make mental note that I have experienced something that could be under the category of paranormal.
Just to kind of flesh out the scene, I gave you some loot. There's a necklace hanging from the gravestone. We're gonna head back towards the castle, but you have now. It shimmers in the light. I assume you pick it up.
So it's a necklace that is on the grave. Oh, I can even see it in your drawing. Okay. And like I don't think it like is like a religious talisman or something. Like
you don't know what it is. It's probably something to do with respect of the elders or so on and so forth. But it's just shimmering there, and it's been maybe 6-7 months since you've been forced out of being graceful to come out here to for one reason or another. But you certainly don't remember it having been on the headstone previously.
Okay. I'll definitely hold it in my hand and investigate it.
You, just so you know, Samuel, although he probably doesn't recognize this either, might think it in bad taste if you grabbed it. Maybe you don't care though. You could certainly use sleight of hand if you want it though.
No, I don't think I care. If I've never noticed it before, I'm assuming it has no real significance. I'm like not like sticking it in my pocket. I'm not so confident in that sense, but I'm like, if something was hanging, I'm just gonna hold it in my hand just to look at it and get a closer look. And I don't think that's disrespectful. So
the trinket gives off a slow, dim glow. What?
Eliza.
Yes.
Eliza, before you start touching things of unknown, are you familiar with this necklace?
I'm not. Are you? Do you know where this came from? It doesn't look
Before
like one of
touching items
Mother's.
Unknown provenance, I would like to assess their safety.
Yeah, please do.
Can't
have anything bad happening to Samuel.
That is correct. However, do not act like you are not also important.
Wow. Leave it to the robot to be the first being to tell me I'm important.
So I will cast. Sorry. Thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I will cast Detect Magic. On the... And
You s-
then check out the ring.
It's a necklace, but that's fine.
Sorry, necklace.
Your detect magic goes off, and you can tell that it's not. The magic seems benign, swirling. Almost. You do think there's a strange otherworldliness to it, almost as if it was left here to be found. But by who? It's it's uh it's from this plane, this island. Your magic is strong enough to tell that it does not originate from some long, the ties of magic are not stretched tautly. They're loose and so the origin of this thing must be from here. It doesn't seem particularly dangerous either.
Arthur, can I pick this up yet?
I do not sense clear danger from this necklace. You are welcome to proceed.
Okay. I'll pick it up and I'm not really a jewelry person, but how cool does it look? Like, what style is it? Is it like ornate, like royalty, or is it like kind of like gothic and like?
It's not overly ornate. You might describe it as a stone in a little metal cage. It's not quite fitted around the jewel like something that would be finely crafted might be, but instead it's sort of a nest of little metal barbs kind of twisted together around a stone, kind of
Wow.
jostling.
Okay, so like kind of a bad jewelsmith, possibly.
Yes, totally, like the kind of wire jewelry that you see at
Etsy.
Etsy,
Etsy.
exactly.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
cute enough.
Yeah.
The thing
but
that-
I've got a whole thing going, and it's gonna clash. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put it in my backpack.
Okay.
Cool. Samuel, have you completed the prayers that you wanted to make?
Well, it took a little longer because I was praying for the two of us, but I think we've done enough. We've bothered the dead for long enough.
Okay, great. Well, in that case,
Alright,
School, your mic's open.
let's not have a lack of communication.
My bad, dude.
Just as everything went quiet as we were deciding.
Did you hear that trickling brook that is right by the graveyard? Okay, all right. I think
Damn,
then
those sounds are so lifelike.
such good sound effects, indeed. All right, I think we're ready to leave then. Yeah, I took the necklace. Can I make a quick note at whose grave we were just praying at?
Your great-grandfather.
My great grandfather is his name.
Let's say another
Joseph Michael Samuel
the first-
Barrows.
Yeah, Samuel Barrows the first.
Okay,
First name.
first of his name. All right, very well.
Great-grandfather Samuel Barrows.
Then I'm good.
All right, we're going back to Barrows Hall.
Yeah.
So this all happened contemporaneously. As you're coming back, we're gonna get to the portion of the night where one of the guardsmen, another one from outside, comes in, kind of in search for a little booze as well. So we've got two guardsmen hanging out. I think I've lost. Where did that guy go?
There's one
There
over
should
here
be.
next to me. That one?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, but there should be one more.
Was one of these guys the Castellan?
Whatever. let me see if I unclick. I'm sharing. I'm like, I've got like, I want GM level vision right now. Why don't I have that? Oh yeah.
But you clicked on a token.
No, it's just it's nighttime and it's kind of annoying to see things. But that's fine. I don't. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. All are accounted for. So there's a couple of guards outside. The guard that was helping. There's 2 guards sharing Fadrin's quarters, and 2 guards at the table, and a couple of the messenger guards outside. And we'll start this in a second. I need to use the restroom, and I think I could stretch my legs for like 5 minutes. People are
Seems
down
good.
for a
Yeah.
little-
Also,
for a little-
that's-
Sounds good.
I may receive a delivery at some point during this, so I may need to step away for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, totally.
Thanks for the sub, Schoolie.
I'll be right back.
18 months.
I can probably sub again. I don't know when my free is up. I think it should be soon. Where's...
Oh, wait, were you part of that train a while back?
Probably not.
That makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna be a beat.
What's going on, adventurers? I have some.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Some mute button.
So, yeah, the second magical tinkering. I am like really gonna have to reach for ways to use magical tinkering. Pretty excited about it. But the second one, whenever attacked by a creature, the object emits a recorded message that can be no more than 6 seconds long. That is a yak back, which is
Tal might pay you to do that to like Kalan's sword or something like that. I don't know what use you have for money, but that is a prank waiting to happen.
Yeah, so true. So true.
Can you guys hear my washing machine?
No.
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 I'm gonna eat just a little bite of food. I'm not gonna like do it for too long, but I'll just mute myself for a second.
Wait, should we be able to hear your washing machine? Does this mean there's a problem with your washing machine if we can't hear it?
Arthur is the only character I can't see their character sheet.
Oh yeah, Daniel was saying the same thing.
There's permissions on the side. I think if you switch everyone to observer, maybe they
I
can
think
do
only
that.
GMs can do it.
Let me check it then. Yeah, permissions maybe is something only I can do. Configure permissions. All players. Observer. Changes. Let's see if you can.
Yep, that works.
Nice. Yeah,
Stop looking at my character sheet.
I'm getting a little bit better at doing
Oh.
the system.
What level should I be? Seem to be weaker than everyone else.
If you're younger, there was a trade-off.
Mhm.
You're level 7 instead of level 9. And actually, I wanted to talk to this, and when Andy comes back, I think I might briefly talk about balancing that, because I didn't realize in some ways, because instead I just gave you a couple extra stat buy points to kind of try to even things out.
Mhm.
But you basically get stats from leveling, so they're just like better to be level 9 than level 7 with a couple of stats.
No, I think
Right.
the younger characters are actually quite a bit stronger.
Because of the stats, because just things hit more.
It's just way more stats than you would get from leveling.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, if we feel like it's balanced, maybe it's balanced. I was thinking about maybe giving you guys a small magical item or two, but
So did you give me extra stats, or should I take some?
no, it was supposed to be. It was back in like the very somewhere in there. It says I think it's
Oh, sorry.
you can do. I think you
Great.
get like 4 extra
Um,
stats.
Okay.
Well, in that case,
And I'm supposed to be like
um,
in my early 40s, maybe. So I don't know what level versus stats that puts me.
Well, I'm just saying. I think
Julie, your
you've
mic's open.
chosen the level 7 plus the extra stats. I thought that's what you're like the king. It falls into that younger category.
Did you hear that trickling brook
Okay.
that is
I don't think I
right
gave myself
by
extra
the
Yeah,
graveyard?
yeah, that was the.
Okay,
That was,
all right.
I kind of made it a choice, so there's, there might be story reasons later where somebody might sit at a certain table in a certain feast or something like that. So, I'm trying to find. Do you remember, Andy, what the extra stat buy was?
221.
Yeah, it was 221. Yeah, actually, that is a good deal of stats.
221 and 2 feats.
Yes, 221 and 2 feats.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was of the opinion that made a 7 stronger than a 9.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Well, and then when if we continue using these characters and stuff continues going on, I might give the older characters some stuff. It was just a little flavor to the campaign, really, and I think it was kind of fun to have people at different skill levels and having different things going on.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll be
know.
old all the damn time.
Yeah.
I don't care about balance. Shoot.
So should I stay at 7?
If your
and
character
take
sucks, I'm
7?
just not going to heal you, and you'll roll a new one.
Yeah, take 7. Take your level 7. Be on level 7, and then do the stat buy and take feats.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
So we're all back. We can continue the story if we want. Where we left off, we were trying to get these two soldiers to get drunk, which they seem to be pretty cooperative about. You guys want to kick off a topic of conversation, or shall I take the lead? Also, you can decide whether or not you want to be getting a full night's rest, or it's getting to be pretty late. If you stay out much later, like you want these guys to get drunk, in order to get drunk, you will probably be only taking a short rest tonight. But you know,
So,
we're not.
Here's a question. So as a warforged, I do not need to breathe, eat, or drink,
Yes.
and I'm
You do
also
need-
immune to. I'm
Fatigue.
immune to poison.
Oh.
So I only need 4 hours. I think I only need 4 hours of rest.
I think you need a
Um,
full night's rest, but it's low. It's whatever counts as low
on, let's see.
activity.
It is. Oh yeah, 6 hours. That is true. So
But you
What
could
I
be
would do-
Century if you want. Sorry.
So here is a possibility. If given that I am immune to being diseased and poisoned, can I just drink anyone under the table if necessary? Like, can I just
Yeah.
consume huge quantities of alcohol and nothing happens, and then that makes everyone else get drunk really fast?
Well,
I'm not going to be terribly impressed by a statue drinking all of our nicest beer.
If the point is to get these people drunk and out of the way, then I thought that's what it's for. But I am also happy to just stand by.
Yes, no, I like this. I sort of give you the elbow. We maybe have done this before. We've gone out to bars before or something.
Yeah, the one time you convinced him to leave Samuel's side to go wingman for you, or the one when
Oh, no,
Samuel came
was
along,
there, so he had to go. Yeah, but we got him to go one time.
and you got him to wingman for you.
Yeah, wait, actually, Phaedron, can you play it up to make it seem like this is a competition that they could win against me?
Yeah. So we'll go to the, yeah, let's see. Yeah, so go to the biggest one and be like, yeah, here in wait, where are they from? They can't. I hear they can't drink in the capital. You know, I hear that people from the capital suck at drinking.
Well, compared to
This is also what I have heard.
Yes, thank you.
maybe they can't drink this fortified liquor you have here. It flows so plentiful from your accounts. It's different than the wine we drink, and the wine and beer we drink at Galway. I'll have to admit, but we drink it all day and all night. It runs in these veins, and no Galway man will fall under the table before a Barrows boy. I'll
Well,
pitch my
only
nose
one
and
way-
drink this swill right alongside you.
Only one way to settle this. Yeah.
Correct. There is only one way to settle this.
Am I to-
I'm gonna surreptitiously pour my drink out. Ah, shit. Oh, I spilled some. Sorry, guys, I spilled some.
Phaedron, you seem to have spilled drink on yourself.
At this rate, well, you'll be under the table in half a night. You're already clumsy, losing motor skills. I see.
I will like chug an entire glass and then also just eat the glass, or like eat the drinking vessel.
Ha ha! I also have motor skills.
Yeah. Oh.
This so we're meant to drink the walking ice box under the table, are we? I do believe I just saw him eat a cup.
I heard they cannot eat cups in the capital.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like we can assume that Callan is going to do his normal activity for the night, so why not put him forth as our champion? It's not like we could stop him from drinking if we tried.
The screen like zooms over to Callan. He's just poured like 4 shots.
Do I so I've got like soldier's background. Are these guys kind of like my class? Like do I relate to them, or do I still think they're like prissy bitches?
Well, you get a feeling that they're good old boys, not all this elite. You know, you can dress a pig in a tutu.
Lipstick
Eliza
on a
shouts
pig.
from the other room.
And the dude with the ring, he's like in my room sleeping or something.
As far as you know, there are 2 guard in there. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to get as hammered as possible with these dudes, and just like genuinely try and connect. Maybe share some light battle stories. Ask them about their sickest kills or whatever I think is appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, they're into it. They like hearing your stories because they haven't really been in a proper war. The last one was like when they were probably pretty young. So you're this old grizzled man who's fought in an actual battle. They've had street skirmishes, but if they've had any combat experience at all, and it looks like they have, they're certainly strong. Like these guys are fit, and they definitely come from a good stock of soldiering. But you have a feeling like the most they've ever done is a mock battle in whatever academy for military training they've had, and busting up a fight in a bar. Maybe they served before, like the other guy was saying, as a guard in Galway before they took on the duty of being a messenger guard. But these guys are pretty serious. There has been, as of late, some trouble about keeping the King's Road safe, a point which maybe is a sore one for people whose job it is to do that. But they've definitely been in fights, but they're enraptured by you can tell that they're enraptured by a tale of actual battle. They hardly even seem to mind that you could have been conceivably the enemy at that point in time. Their allegiances probably fall along the line of being part of the Admiralty, but they're getting into it and getting quite drunk. Also, I'm going to say that if you want to continue, you definitely can, and this will succeed, but you will be drunk.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
You roll Constitution for drunkenness? I'm actually amazed that I don't know that rule yet.
Yeah.
What is the rule for inebriation?
I mean, it'll probably be off the top of my head, but we'll figure that out.
Take exhaustion tomorrow.
I kind of like it.
And at some point,
that's how
I
I
would
feel.
like to drunkenly stumble off. Gotta go have a piss, and I'd like to see if I can find Eliza if she's still up and rummaging around.
Okay, Schooly, you said you seemed like you were about to say something.
Yeah, we'll see where this goes.
Okay.
I want to interfere with the drinking contest at some point, and don't want to just fast forward through and you guys spend 4 hours drinking, and now he wanders off to find Eliza.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
So.
Okay, yeah, no, the drinking is underway. He excuses himself to go and piss, but his room is occupied where his pissoir is, so he's got to go find another. So he heads up towards Eliza. The guards are kind of thumbing their way, kind of jabbing at each other. Do you want to say anything to them? As Callan, you can teleport there at any point.
Teleport where?
Up to Eliza. Or walk over.
What is Eliza doing right now?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, you want to go?
You'd have to come knock on my door to find out.
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying.
Okay.
I want to know what Callan 2 is doing right now.
Oh, Callan! What brings you here? Barging into my room without knocking.
You do enough snooping around that sometimes you can be snooped on in return.
I suppose that's fair.
Actually, on the matter of snooping, I thought perhaps you could be useful for a change.
Well, how may I be of service to you, Callan?
And I suggest to Eliza that if she were to peek into the window or steal the ring or rummage around in the bag of this royal dickhead, I would make sure she didn't get in trouble for it.
Okay. Eliza's interested. She didn't find those people too friendly or worthy of any sort of mercy when she encountered them leaving. And she doesn't enjoy any opportunity for mischief. So, yeah. All right. What room? Whose room are they
you
in?
You know that I could potentially provide some assistance in this regard. In that
they would be familiar enough with your skills, but perhaps he didn't.
Okay.
You don't know what's going on, right?
Personally, when
I
I think of sneakiness, I don't necessarily think of a robot, but
yeah.
So okay,
if it comes up, it comes up.
I have enhance ability. That's what I'm saying.
Enhanceability is a fun ability.
That Eliza is a little bit too arrogant to accept help from Mr. Robot.
She does not need your enhanced abilities.
Yeah, that is what I figured, but I also figured you would know about that by now.
I think now the real question is, how does Eliza sneak up on these guys? And I'm gonna say that these windows are permeable. You can open one of your windows. They're kind of these old, castle windows, but you figured out a way to fix a hinge to the one of your windows, so you can sneak out and go peer in through his chamber without going through the main hall and attracting any attention to yourself. Otherwise, you might be.
Yeah, I want to say if there are any loose floorboards or rafters, even she would know about all that shit. That's her MO.
For sure, this castle is tread 100 times over by you. The castle is old, but it's low to the ground. It's mostly stone, and the masonry is the thing that you could do. You could definitely peer in through the windows, but I might say that you can climb on top and peer and try to listen through some loose stones that maybe have fallen out over the years. There's maybe a gap in the roof as well. So if you want to be extra hidden and only just go for listening, you can go there, or you can peer through the window and see what you can see.
Okay.
And,
Callan.
Eliza said something that sort of stuck with me earlier in the day about fencing on my own. So I've composed a little poem about that I am going to sing. It's a soft, a little bit sad, but sort of a sleepy time kind of thing, and via that grant Eliza a bardic inspiration die.
Clever.
You again
You
are
have no idea where she is.
Yeah.
I'm not there. Oh,
Sorry.
Well, if you're singing that song
entertaining.
right now, I might hear it as I begin snooping and get that inspiration. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
Okay, Callan, is there anything else that you wanted? And then I fake seduct. Is that all you came for, Callan? Stroking her beard.
And I turn on my heels and drunkenly stumble out of the room as quickly as possible.
You didn't come for my pisser? Because I have a private pisser in my room. I'm sorry, pissoir.
Pissoir.
You can use it if you're
Yeah,
going
no,
number
I'll try
one.
to-
Look at your dick.
I'm gonna pee outside.
Okay. All right. Very well then. Okay. So. All right. Cool.
Phaedron, would you say?
No, please go ahead. Because I think
I was gonna
when I
say-
start talking, I'm gonna like do a bunch of shit. It's gonna be a
We'll get a
while.
little
So
sick.
if you need anything, do
Okay.
it now.
Phaedron, I just wanted to check whether the song sounds like Dancing with Myself, except it is Fencing by Myself.
Well, it's an original work. I wouldn't, but there may be some resemblances pulled from the rich pastiche of culture. All artists steal,
Okay.
man. All artists steal.
It's
Um,
very true.
Yeah. Any resemblance is purely coincidence.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great. I am going to commence snooping. I'm gonna go ahead and pop out this this window right here. Being careful as to not plant my feet awkwardly in the flower beds that are protruding from my windowsill.
Hmm. It's a maneuver you've done many times.
Many times indeed.
Yeah.
And then I think they're staying in one of these rooms. You
I
said the
don't know.
west wing of the
Yeah,
castle.
I don't know if I can ping. How do I ping?
No, don't. Well, I don't know. What did Callan tell me? I don't actually know in the game and also in real life which room was yours that you gave up. So whatever information you told me is what I will be working with.
No. Okay. In the story of the game, let's just say he told you that they're with you snoop on the guys who're staying in the castle. Unless you want to replay that a little bit and be more specific, Jamie, I would allow it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the guy with the ring.
Yeah, which
Um,
room is he staying
And I know
in?
where he's sleeping. He's sleeping in my room, right?
Yes.
No, he's sleeping in
No?
Fatarin's room.
Okay. Well, yeah, that guy.
You could have
That guy in that
both
room.
given up your.
Okay,
rooms
which
to him.
and which? I guess I know which room he
Yes,
usually
it's
stays
the
in.
it's the top outermost corner of that wing of the castle.
Okay, perfect, great. All right, I'm going to commence with the sneaking.
And the bed is right next to the window on the left-facing wall. The top-facing window is a little less conspicuous.
Okay. So I'm new to being a rogue. Would you like me to roll stealth for my sneakiness?
Was there anything about being in darkness or something like that with this? I don't really know everything about the roles required.
I think it's very much like DM
Yeah.
decides how sneaky you are.
So
and
I
what
know
the
I'm.
odds are of you getting.
The ground.
Basically, it's just like, what do you think the odds are of them getting discovered?
Yeah.
If you think they're, a D20's worth, you have them roll.
Once you get closer to the window, I might have you roll.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it's nighttime. There's a fire in the fireplace. Unless he's just been staring out the window to acclimate his eyes to the night, he's probably not going to easily see outside the window.
Yeah.
The ground is soft and dirt, and
Okay, great.
will not make much footfall.
I
And I would like to, while this is happening, create a ghostly form of myself that wanders into this guy's room and pees on the wall.
Wanders into the guy's room who she's about to spy on.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a distraction. Okay, I put my head down and I sneak to this wall right here.
That wall, you're not looking through the window quite yet.
Not yet.
but
I'm playing it
you
cool.
are the hairs on the back of your neck lay dormant. You're sure that you are unseen. Your footfalls couldn't have been quieter.
Fantastic. That's the kind of color text I was looking for. All right. So then I will, hug the wall with my back, and I creak around the corner, and then begin my eavesdropping / peering into the window.
You see, maybe to your surprise, that's up to you, 2 men out of bed, not at all disrobing from their armaments. They, it might take a little while to take off mud-trodden boots and chain mails. Yes, Schoolie?
Are only 3 people came with this delegation, correct?
No, there are 4 inside the castle right now, and outside there's another 3.
Wow, I only remember the 3.
There were
Okay.
3 at the door, but there was always 4 outside.
Hmm. Well, I didn't notice that. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem. Okay, so I observe that they are taking off their
They have not
outdoor
taken
equipment.
off their chainmail. All you see is fully mailed, fully armored men staring agape, slightly pale in the face, as a specter seems to be urinating on a wall. But they are not asleep, and so fully are engaged by this vision.
Okay. Cool. So I guess I look around for key items. I'm looking. They're looking at the ghost, and I'm looking at them and their surroundings, and I'm trying to see if there's anything that seems out of place, out of character, or even like just the location of like things I've seen before, like the signet ring, or anything like that.
Yeah, maybe not unsurprisingly, they do seem to have all their, they haven't disrobed at all. So the signet ring's still on his finger. Um, the only thing that doesn't quite link up is the fact that this guy went to bed early and is not asleep. The other guy who ostensibly was just going to throw a cot down on the room, well, there's no sign of that, and he hasn't made an attempt to get one. Maybe he's got a cot in that pack of his, but he certainly didn't ask the Castellan for any extra bedding. The bed is big enough for 2 people, but it'd be strange for these 2, especially if this guy was considering himself such a high and mighty lord, to bed down with a soldier, unless it's other things they want to penetrate.
Okay.
Eliza, lock your door.
Okay.
It's each other, but yes.
Yeah, I assume that you were implying that they were
Butt
lovers,
sex.
but okay.
No, yeah. The image is slowly fading. They've gone from kind of being astounded at its existence to sort of being looking at each other and trying to, you can see a little bit of irritation has been taken, but that, not much else is obvious.
Okay. I stop looking through their window and I look through the next window over. Since I'm out here snooping around anyway.
That is the empty room of Arthur the robot. There is a stool and not much else.
Yep.
You figure, though, that maybe with enough... Do you have thieves' tools?
I do. I could pop in this window.
10 minutes of work and you're in through this window. Whether or not it matters.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely begin working on this window.
5 minutes if you're not concerned about noise. 10 minutes if you don't, if you want trying to be quiet.
I assume there isn't a live fire in this in the broom closet of the
no
robot.
Live fire in the broom closet, but
no,
certainly
I'll
there's
take
fire in the other room.
I'll take the 10 and use my thieves' tools.
You start filing away at some bars expertly. And we swing our attention back to the now very inebriated Callan, but he's still going strong.
As Callan goes to sit down back at the table, I
Sorry, didn't mean to click that.
slide a beer over to him and pat him on the back and say, I took the liberty of pouring you another. And use my hand of healing and my physician's touch to cure one poison defect on him.
I grant this. This now makes Callan sober to his dismay.
Yeah, what a dick move.
He kind of re-engages, like, oh, we're trying to drink them under the table, but like all the horrors of like battle and death, very vivid.
What's Samuel
Waste
does?
of good liquor, don't you think, Ellen?
We've got quite the journey ahead of us tomorrow, I say under my breath. Can't have you complaining
and
about
I
the
will-
sunshine the whole way to High Grove.
I turn to Callan and I say, Sir, you sound alarmingly coherent. Is there something wrong with the drink?
Do you say this loud enough to be heard?
No, I say it under my breath to him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the other two guards are like they're good on their way to being drunk, but they're not like blackout yet. They would be encumbered in battle, but they're certainly you started to see the excited giddiness of people like getting the chance to get hammered who love booze kind of has dissipated, and like you almost could swear that they're pacing themselves.
They're what? Oh, they're pacing themselves?
Yeah.
I was promised a drinking contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to
Callan,
chide
show
them
up
to
with
drink
pride.
more with me.
Yeah. I'm not really standing for this this bullshit. I would like to taunt or intimidate them about their lack of willingness to drink.
You're going with taunt, and you're gonna take an intimidation roll. Be funny. You know what I mean? Like, give me a little taunt. Let's get some flavor text.
Yeah, I don't know how they do. I don't know. Are there regional loyalties here? Should I give them more shit about the capital and how people from the capital can't drink? Give me a little background for the.
It doesn't have to be terribly complex. Just call him a fucking sissy.
Yeah, you see
Yeah.
three dudes being little bitches.
Yeah,
Say
I've
something.
been drinking this whole time. I weigh what, like half as much as you? I'm a fucking singer, man. I'm a writer.
I'm gonna say that Fataron, you have been drinking this whole time, but this is not the you and Callan are of a similar breed, so both of you drink pretty heavily. In this regard, you're similar.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say it's not
You look-
encumbering you yet, at least.
You look like three men, yet you only drink enough for one man. Is this an illusion?
Yes, there you go.
There's
You can be
only
my writer.
well, the beer has gotten to you at least a little, metal man. I guess you do have an esophagus somewhere under that coat, because there's only two of us in here.
I believe my friend forgot that Corin the Castellan seemed to be standing at the table.
Corin's gone to bed.
Oh, okay, it's just two.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just two. It's just two of those guys. Would you sorry, I'm digging around in people's fucking. Okay. So let's see. Like, well, you've been so kind. The tone is slightly shifting. We're happy to have had this chance to unwind a little bit. Yeah, fuck the bosses, and all that. But we have a long journey in the morning. Are you not getting tired yourselves? We all will be traveling the same road, but we plan on leaving early. What is your plans?
Where is Samuel? Is Samuel still drinking? Is he here?
I'm gonna say Samuel's in bed.
I got through the window yet?
Okay.
He's being a good little boy. Yeah, you're very close. Yeah, let's say you're in there. You're in there.
Okay, great. Can I cast a spell?
Yes, you can.
All right, I would like to disguise self as one of the
changes you-
people who was in the room that I saw.
Fairly clever.
Oh, thank you.
How is disguise self like? Is it? It's not just magic. I mean, it's not just like a fucking Groucho Marx wig. It's like magic.
Magically change my appearance, but it doesn't hold up to physical inspection. So, the way I read that is, in general, people are willing to like believe that that is how you appear, but if they make a conscious decision, like, wait, something's off about this, they're gonna immediately tell. That's the way I
Yeah,
read
it
it.
says they
I thought
can.
physical inspection is like it
Touching.
looks convincing, but then they reach for your top hat and their hand goes through your top
Sure,
hat because
sure.
it is
Okay,
not there.
If they think something is wrong, it's an investigation check.
okay.
Yes, they can take.
Yes.
They can take an investigation check. It's very loosely worded. I can make it happen. Yeah, the Feywilds are sort of you're kind of into that. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see. Fairly convincing version of which guard would you like to intimidate? I mean,
Wait, can I
Imitate.
can I imitate the head guy?
he's in there, but sure you can.
Oh, he's in this room.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, then I definitely knew that and didn't become him.
Wait, which room are we talking about? There's two rooms right now.
So he has gone in through an empty room, which here.
Sorry. So yeah, just to be clear, the location of the head guy, the messenger who brought this company of guards, is he currently in the Great Hall or in the room I just looked into?
The room you just looked into.
Perfect.
the head
Yeah. Okay. I become messenger man.
You become messenger man to walk back out.
I become
So-
messenger man and enter this
Lead
hallway.
messenger. Or random messenger.
Lead guy. Wasn't he
No,
the messenger?
Lead guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've labeled them all messenger /
Oh,
messenger
gotcha.
guard.
Sorry.
So confusion is on my.
The guy who had the signet ring saying, "I'm the big boss.
Yeah.
I speak for the king. Treat me good." Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely, when I do make my disguise, I have that ring on, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. So I come out into the Great Hall and I say, "Men, it's going to be a long road, and as such, I want you to enjoy the hospitality of this kingdom and all of the ale that comes with it as much as possible. Huzzah!"
One of them goes immediately, huzzah! The other guy cocks his head.
And then I leave immediately.
Push the remainder of my beer at cocked head guy.
The other guy is kind of like, he's like so excited he's almost dancing. So it's like, well, it seems like this dog's leash has been removed. Slams back the remainder of his beer, looks at Fatarin and is I'd have another if you'd be so kind. And he gestures to the barrel of ale that's situated in between each table behind you. He hands you a cup. You now have his cup. He's asking for more beer.
I will refill it. I don't know if I have anything on me that would put him to sleep, but
A keg of beer will usually do the trick.
I'm gonna say if you want, you can also have a flask of even harder liquor on your person, so you could put even more liquor in there if you choose.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the kitchen and refill his glass, and
No, it's just at the barrel right behind you.
Oh, it's just the barrel behind.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try and slip some stuff from my after playing a little song, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, like it's no big issue. I wouldn't even take a stealth check for that.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So
Simple
I'll strengthen his drink a little, and maybe give him a little like nod to tell him it's the good stuff,
Yeah. You could even show him the flask. He might approve.
He's probably into it, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, yeah. So I'll stiffen his drink a little and give it back to him.
Fighting man, why do you not share in your friend's exaltations?
Oh, I like a drink as much as the next. It's just Goodwig. He's hardly in such a good mood. I suppose the bed must agree with him. He sort of like tepidly starts sipping at his drink again, kind of like he's putting up in his mouth like he's taking a big flask, but he's not turning the cup up. So there, you can't be sure. He's either sipping slowly or just putting his mouth on the edge of the glass. He certainly isn't emptying the flagon like his companion.
I'd like to stand up, leaving an echo of myself sitting and drinking, and
okay,
walk real close to this guy, kind of getting in his face, and I'd like to be like, Goodwig, tell me more about him. He sounds very interesting.
Sir, I'm not sure if it's my place, sir. Whatever could you want to know? The man is he's as stalwart as they come, very dependable. Yes, and fair enough.
Seems quite fair to, as your friend said, take the leash off the dog. Went on a bit of a business trip, as it were. Must be nice to get outside the capital, and it's good to have a boss like that who will be able to afford you some freedoms while you're on the road.
Yes, that's the only thing that's troubling me. I don't know. It doesn't seem well. I mean, yes. Beer, wine, to health. He takes a sip. This time a big one, but still not super enthusiastic. The other guy is now drunk. I'm just gonna. You can continue to try to kind of finagle this guy into getting drunker.
Well, I'm just kind of. I'd like to take him up on that. Like, well, what's troubling you then, lad? And drink with him.
Oh well. It's just that we are to leave so early tomorrow, and my captain, he was so eager to rest and rejuvenate, as I'm sure you must. You're leaving tomorrow as well, I imagine. Long road it is, and not without its own dangers. Well, it would be hardly a sane thing to fight a group of men such as us, royal messengers and all, speaking with the king's own word.
Yeah.
We'll be safe, but how long has it been since you've left this stronghold of yours?
We leave.
Well, I don't actually have an answer to that question. Where were you heading again tomorrow morning?
Oh, we're to fly straight back to the castle, with post haste. We're changing horses that's official business. But we'll get there. It's our great great desire of our captain to get back to the castle as soon as we are able.
I think I've
Okay,
sort of
and
heard
do
enough
I-
here. I'm
Sorry.
gonna go. I've sort of heard enough here. I mean, and these guys haven't seemed like royal guards. That's what's going on in my mind. Like, I'm pretty sure these guys aren't royal guards. I'm gonna go talk to Arthur and tell him to go take a look in the the rooms.
Okay, so you walk up to where Arthur has stationed himself for the evening.
Mhm.
And you convey your distress. Arthur, do you agree? Also, I guess you can go station yourself in the hallway down there if you want.
You suspect these men are not who they claim to be?
Yeah, I don't know quite what's up here, what they're after, but a lot of little things aren't adding up. We're all getting up at the same time tomorrow. I don't know what's.
Something
The
indeed.
messenger's ring didn't quite fit. I'm getting a little suspicious. Maybe go.
Interesting.
Someone want to go check on them, see if they need a nightcap.
Check on whom? The individuals in the room?
The individuals in the room here. I'll handle this. You can come along if you want. Anyway, so I'll do that.
I will remain guarding the young lord's door.
Yeah, that guy. Okay, sorry. You can.
Are you sure that, in fact, they are not playing three-dimensional chess with you, such that I leave the prince's door?
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. That's the wrong guy.
Yeah, you need to talk to head of security.
So, Eliza, where are you? Are you actually where you put your token?
I actually am where I put my token, but like in the deepest, darkest, shadowest part of that.
There is shadow there. This is why
Classic
we're-
rogue cannot hide in the hallway.
Hey,
Honestly,
this is
though,
not a hallway. This is an alcove. Okay, there are 3 walls around it. Let's
Deepest, darkest 5-foot square.
But that's why
Here?
that's why we've made the
Or
effort to
here?
play on Foundry, because the lighting actually works. He found himself a legitimately dark space, and that's why we've been playing on this fucking night map the whole time. So congratulations, you are very hidden.
Thank you.
Give me a perception hit check.
Okay.
I'd like to point out that perhaps the greatest rogue of all time, Solid Snake, was able to hide in fully
cardboard
lit
boxes.
hallways using
Mhm.
only a cardboard box.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I would like to spend a psionic energy die to improve that roll,
Oh, you got.
which is something I can do. You're gonna have to trust me on that. Nice.
So you now have 11.
I now have 11 on perception.
If only you'd prayed at the
Okay.
gravesite.
If only I prayed at the gravesite.
You don't know what it is, but you hear rustling. They're not asleep.
That's my info. Okay, I can't make it out, but I know they're not asleep. That's great. Okay. I would like to never mind. I don't want to do anything yet.
Are you still disguised as the fat guy, or did you drop that?
I appear to be disguised still. I haven't decided whether or not to remove it, so I'm still wearing it.
I will grant you, without the expenditure of another spell slot, if you want the alterations to look at like one of these other guards.
I was
will
wondering
allow you
about
to-
that.
I
If I
will
take
allow
that
you
ring
to-
off, am I like now I'm just a bro?
I mean, you got to change your face and stuff too, but I will allow you as a ritual cast if you want to wait another 5 minutes to change your face.
Okay, yeah.
One of the other guards, if you want.
Yeah. I'll spend 5 minutes just like ruffling my hair and like I don't know,
Warping
tweezing
the
my
magic.
nose. I don't know.
Yeah. And does anybody else want to take lead here? Are we gonna be focusing in on Fadrin as he tries to snoop a little bit on his own, or what's anybody?
I'm just
wants-
drinking.
Tal's chilling with Callan while he's drinking,
Yeah.
hoping he doesn't get too drunk
No.
because he has to spend all day in a cart with him tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we good? I'm gonna use a
Oops, sorry.
level 1. I'm gonna it's a short poem about a mouse. And the mouse is sort of the theme of the poem is the mouse. You are the mouse is you. And cast find familiar with a mouse or a rat, little rodent.
Sweet. I'm not gonna read that giant block of text right now, but what do you get from Find Familiar? You can look through its eyes, or
Yeah, I can look through its eyes. All right, I guess mouse isn't on here.
well, I will grant it to
Oh
you.
no, rat's on here. Yeah. So let's see. Shit, do I need to make a token for that or something?
I can probably find one. Hold on. I have to grab it from the compendium, which takes a little bit to open. I will get you a mouse. You could probably open the compendium too. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Rat. You see. Rat.
Do I create a new actor for this?
I'm
You got it.
I'm just gonna pull in one from. There's a rat. Let's see if I think. Yeah, I'm gonna just this one change the permissions on the one in here to give it to owner, to you, save changes. I think you should be able to move that rat around.
Okay, wait. Where is it?
It's right in it's I'll put it right in front of you.
Oh, thank you.
It's
Nice.
very small.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna head back to the here and sort of like, kick back on one of the chairs, so I sort of like look like I'm sort of snoozing.
Yeah.
And
Eyes glaze over like a good drunk face.
Yep. And go into the rat's eyes and start poking around. Oh, I don't think I get its vision though.
You don't
Yeah.
get its vision?
I think I can fix that, right? Token, link actor data.
As a mechanic, he can see through size. He means like in
Oh.
Foundry, he doesn't have vision.
Oh yeah, okay. There we go. There's the checkbox for them. Oh,
Maybe we have to give the rat vision. I don't know how this works.
So I just gave it vision. Update
It has
token.
dark vision 30. Oh, there. I can.
Oh,
I
got
get
it.
vision. Oh, now you get vision.
Yeah, I checked that.
Oh,
Vision.
cool. You figured it out.
Cool.
I think I see
So-
the rat and am actually scared of it.
I give a little thumbs up. I can't actually, form the words "good job," but
Okay, if I see the if I see the rat give a thumbs up, I'm okay.
You give a good like little arm pump like that.
Yeah. So I sort of looks like, is there a door here? Anyway. I poke
Yeah,
into the room.
there's supposed to be a door there.
Okay. So I'll try and squeeze
wanna-
under the door a little bit.
Yeah, as you're squeezing under, your little mousy face pokes through. They're not looking at you. You can make a dash into the room right now. It does seem like they're now focused on the window, almost as if they were looking for a signal.
Oh, interesting.
Still
So,
fully armed, now softly muttering one to the other. It's like they're counting down hours. You see a candle on the side of the bedstand. There's a thumbtack pinned in the middle of it, almost at the point where it would be melted through by the wick and released to clatter down on the plate. A makeshift alarm clock. You've seen these before. They're used throughout castles all over the realm, but this one's set for only a few minutes from now. What could it mean? The plot thickens.
okay. Well, I'm gonna get out of this room, and there are guys in the other room too, right? We gave up both these bedrooms, or is that?
No. We were going back and forth on whether that was happening or not, but we didn't make a decision to do that. Those bedrooms are still potentially occupied by your player characters. I don't know. It now seems relatively obvious that there's some kind of something being plotted. The question is now, how do you want to play it? Do you want to continue being in the main chamber in full view of the other guards? Do you want to pretend like you've gone to sleep? These are the few decisions we have left before whatever happens next.
I'm gonna wake up suddenly, and so my rats. I don't know if it's dismissed or it's just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, I don't know how familiar works exactly, but I can't. You should be able to delete it. You might even have it as a creature you can pull back out from the side. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If
Oh,
you
yes.
go into actors,
Okay.
so you can go ahead and delete it or do whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, it disappeared somewhere. Maybe I changed.
No,
Anyway.
it's still there. I'll just delete it. Yeah.
Thanks. So I got my flask. I'm gonna go in and offer these guys a nightcap.
So you come
You
to
see
a closed
me.
door.
Well, actually, I'm gonna make a
What
little.
happened to
combination face.
Schoolie?
He crashed.
Oh,
I'm back.
okay.
But
So
you have
we're
to see
finally
me.
getting
You'll
to
definitely see me.
Yeah.
And you
finally
don't
getting to-
know who I am.
Yeah. You see, so you did, your mouse did see it earlier, but you saw kind of a by the way, you have switched faces if you want.
Mhm.
So now you are there. I think there can be some light communication back between the players as to what they want to do. Okay, guys, it seems like there is something afoot in the castle. How do you want to proceed? I'm going to let you table talk for like 5 minutes. And know that in the next 10 minutes game time, something might be changing.
Okay. And my rat saw Eliza, right? She wasn't.
Yes, you
Okay.
gave thumbs up to her, and although you saw,
Okay.
it took you a while to recognize each other, both
mhm.
familiar and illusion, kind of stuttering in shock for a second, but you recognized each other.
Okay. So I know it. I know it's Eliza.
Yes, I'm gonna say that you do.
Before you say anything, I use my psionic ability to telepathically communicate with you, so you don't have to say
Oh,
anything.
right. Oh, I was
I
gonna
say-
make a little nod.
I'm gonna, story-wise, I'm gonna allow for this time for telepathic communication can be cross-party right now. You guys are allowed to do some table talking. What do you want to do? Decide as a group.
So how many?
I've just been told that
If you are not
There's-
already suspicious, you are now told that everybody is fairly certain that something is amiss. Eliza regales you that the men that went to bed early are not in bed at all. And Fatarin, now coming to his senses at the table, looks agitated and is quickly heading towards Eliza in the hallway.
So are we in psychic communication? Can I just talk or?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm saying you can use table talk. So
Yeah,
take
I don't really
advantage of it, otherwise I
understand
won't
how
let
to
you do it
role play
again.
around table talk, though. So
Oh,
like,
okay, well,
so
you'd rather
I
not-
talked to Jamie already. Like I reported back to Jamie and told him everything.
All right. I take it back. There's no table talk.
Okay.
Fatarin and
Communicating
Eliza-
psionically.
Unless you're doing it through role playing. I'm sorry, I take it back. Unless you're doing it through role playing. I don't want to break the immersion. You're right. Fuck that. Here we
I
are.
understand what you were seeking to accomplish. It was a benevolence and sort of like let get on the same page. But we're good at this,
I'm
and
also
we cheat
looking-
all the time by listening to things that we're not privy to. So who cares?
Right, no, you're right. You're right. Let's try to stick with rules as written and as intended. There isn't a
Alright.
whole lot of time left in this session, so I was just trying to get to that next moment in case anybody wanted to try.
Are we going to attempt to complete an encounter here? This impending
Oh.
encounter.
I do not think so.
Okay, so we're just going to prepare for it and then close
Well,
the
no,
book.
I would like to test. I would like to play with the toys and see if we can administer. I mean, I don't want to. We're edging closer and closer to running out of the fucking roleplay zone and into the fucking wargaming zone. But yeah, let's continue.
Okay.
You see where I was coming from. I see what the
Yeah.
party would like. I will not allow it.
So I'm gonna
Strict-
stand behind these guys, point to the two of them. Here, wait. Can you turn my camera on? Anyway, point to the two of them with my fingers and make a sort of throat cutting motion, not necessarily meaning kill them, but meaning, like concern. So sort of standing behind these guys, but where Callahan, if he's not too drunk, and Tal can see me.
Are they holding weapons and are we holding weapons?
Yeah.
I am.
My voice is my weapon.
Yeah, certainly knives and small common weapons can be kept on the person easily. You get to, I think, Jamie, you get to choose whether or not you're holding your weapon. You're sort of the fucking guard, or like you're sort of in charge of security around here. Maybe it's not. Maybe you have it. It's up to you. Really.
Okay.
Fadarin is making like pretty significant moves around. What do you respond at all?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd like to stick my voice in his head and say, "What the fuck are you doing?"
He's not in your zone. Can you do it through walls? Do you see him?
Wait.
Me and the
I'm
creature.
gonna head over there. I'm heading over there next. Now that I've
Okay,
done this.
okay. So now he's coming to your hallway. He just reversed a little bit.
Oh,
Andy
sorry.
wants to establish some sort of psychic link between all of us. Is that happening?
I'm not sure he can. I'm not sure.
I'd have to
rules-
see it for.
Usually it's sight
Okay.
for psychic stuff.
Well, I mean, I could do that too.
Okay.
Sorry, I got confused because I thought he
He
moved
kind of-
in and like went straight into that guy's room and then like made a throat cutting gesture. But if that didn't happen, then I could just stick my
Fadarin
head around the
read-
corner, look at all of my friends here, and now create psionic psychic whispers between all four of us.
Sounds perfect.
Okay,
I'm just trying to
I do that.
let everyone know what's going on.
Okay.
That seems like the strategic thing we would want to have happen anyway. So
Yeah.
Who
So
intrudes in my mind?
it is I, Eliza. I am disguised as the messenger. As you may have noticed, it appears that our guests may have intentions that they have not been forthcoming with, and as such, I think we should be prepared. But obviously, this can't be said out loud.
To put it in,
I need
or-
to step away for a few minutes.
That's okay.
Sorry.
You're not in this
What are-
conversation because she can't
What
see
are we gonna
you.
do with your robot anyway?
I'd recommend you go awaken the Guardian.
The murder bot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to put this in slightly more concrete terms, the guys in there are armed and armored, and they have a clock that's they have a little mechanism that's gonna go off in about 10 minutes.
How many is their number?
Just two in the room and two out here that I saw. And this is Eliza. She's not one of them. Don't stab her.
That me.
So I've been kind of working on like general intimidation on this guy. Kind of trying to like hustle him a little bit, like get him drunk. I've got like my arm around him now and got my face real close to him, and I'm just like, "What the fuck are you lads doing here? Don't lie to don't fucking lie to me, boy." And I kind of like hand on my hilt, ghost like staring at them.
Nice. Okay.
Make
Wait,
an intimidation.
There's
check.
there's one lone guy left in the hall.
I'm gonna give you advantage. No,
There's
there are
two?
two in the hall.
That's good.
One of them's passed out drunk. One of them's sort of intimidated.
One of them's not
Oh,
passed out drunk, just getting very drunk.
Oh, okay. If one of them's basically passed out, then yeah,
Oh,
we could rough up the second one for sure.
He's fucking shaking. His jaw is locked. He's going back and forth whether he wants to say something or start moving, but for the time being he's in that middle state between fight and flight, which is sort of freeze, which I think is as big of a category as those other ones in some weird ways. You're pulling him tighter. You have the option now to engage in a grapple or to continue in any way you want. But you are
Yeah, I'd like to kind of throw him on the ground.
okay. You perform the shove action. Make a athletics check. I think he makes one either in athletics or
I think it's just straight strength, actually, but
no. It's I just read about shove and pull.
it is athletics.
It's athletics, and you can either dodge with a dexterity save, or as it's not a dex save. It's not a straight dex save.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics,
Acrobatics or athletics.
or contest it with athletics. But I'm going to say, due to the fact that he is currently shitting his pants and sort of frozen in place, that works completely. He falls back 5 feet and is now prone. The other guard begins to rise.
I just sort of lean over and put my quarterstaff like on his shoulder as just sort of like a maybe stay in your seat kind of thing, like across the table.
Whether it's because he's drunk or because he's not particularly keen on paying you mind, he is starting to rise quicker now, and maybe looks to be about to put a foot on the table.
Does he need to make a roll for that?
If he is allowed to get up on the table, he will make a roll.
Okay.
But he's not yet done it. This is now just like as he's going.
I just sigh audibly as he continues getting up.
I'd like to take out my sword. My echo would like to stand up.
Can
I
you
would like-
now use your echoes and stuff when?
I mean,
Can they be on the same space?
no. I think he occupies his own space.
So move Callan and then produce an echo. I wasn't exactly sure how you wanted to denote the echoes, so I didn't change their icons yet, but that's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So the echo would get in the face of the standing guard, and I would like to tower over the throne guard.
Okay, so the echo is in the face. Does that have any mechanic things going on? Are you trying to restrain him? I don't really know how the echo works, to be honest. I'm sorry.
I'm just going for intimidation right now. I don't think there's too many combat mechanics that need to happen.
Fine. Roll an intimidation check.
Mhm.
Anything above a 12? Oh, no. He is, unless restrained by tall, is now about to stand up on the table. I'm gonna roll for him. I'm gonna go
Okay.
to
Anybody
attributes. I'm gonna go acrobatics. Normal. Actually, no, sorry, I was gonna do it at disadvantage, which is good. Disadvantage 10. Okay, he gets up on the table, but he's not fully standing. He's got a knee down on the table and is kind of fumbling around. Maybe a little off balance, but that's where he's at.
I'd like to, as a reaction to that, lock eyes with him and sort of go a little biblical. He who spills blood when a guest in a house, is condemned to the lowest circle of hell. I don't really believe that necessarily, but
I like it.
pithy quote.
Very
Sick
nice.
line. It's good. I like it. You
Inspired.
And I roll a d8 and subtract that value from his something.
Can I?
From his what? Sorry.
From his acrobatics check.
Oh shit. Yeah, he jumps up on the table and kind of fucking road runners all the fucking food and stuff and just like steps on some old salad and fucking head over heels. Now he is prone on the other side of the table, fallen.
Lol. Nice.
Both guards are now prone.
Can I mentally send to Eliza, go awaken the sentry? Perhaps warn your brother.
Okay.
Is it two-way, this communication?
Let me check.
Sounds like a conference call.
I think so.
How do I mark effects on these guys? I swear there's a way to do it. Sign status.
Yeah, the chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak telepathically with them.
Great. Okay.
Oh, I guess we can't go to each other, but we can relay through Eliza.
Okay.
It's kind of how it
Gotcha.
reads to me.
Okay, this is starting to make a lot of noise.
Yeah. So,
Nobody's
Eliza.
shouted yet, but there's a lot of clattering going on. Much more of this, and other people are going to start to notice.
Yeah. Okay. So before. So okay.
I've
So.
shouted.
So Eliza looks at Tal and nods, but goes the opposite direction. Walks back over to here and sets a snare outside of the room that the other dudes are in.
Okay.
So and then I'm gonna go back, and I know this is like 4 actions in one here, but and then I go to Arthur and I tell him to wake up and be ready.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Sure. Woo!
Nice. Okay, as you're running to Arthur, you happen to look through your open door, seeing out all the way past your blinds and through another window.
I am.
You've seen that noise that you thought you were hearing in that thing, the rustling of clothes or whatever it may have been. They too have been hard at work at a window. These two are now out. You see one of the lead guard is rushing as fast as he can up towards the past your window.
Past it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see him as he runs by.
All right. I telepathically communicate to everyone. They're making a move for the Lord. This way. Leave those two.
Soon sounds like initiative order time.
Yeah. How do I actually haven't done that yet?
Me neither.
Me
You,
neither.
there's like combat mode, which it's like if you click on a character on the right side of them, there's sword and shield to toggle combat state.
Okay.
And then
Do I have to do that for all the combatants? That's super annoying.
you can, if you like have them selected simultaneously, you can just click it once.
So our control A.
Hold
So you
on.
could like select all and then hit it once, and I think we would all go.
I think. Whoops. What's that?
You just rolled all our initiatives.
Oh.
Everyone that's in the combat order just rolled initiative, I guess.
Okay. Hold on.
Well, I'm in combat state now. Haha.
Okay, everybody turn your guys onto combat state. I will
I don't
turn
know
all
how to do
the other guys onto combat state who are at least in this combat.
How do I roll initiative?
Actually, if you click on your
Utility on the screen.
Oh,
Like
on the
top
screen.
left,
Gotcha.
first spells utility. Roll initiative. You can do like everything
There's
from your
also-
character sheet on this.
Huh.
So to the-
Hell
to the
yeah.
right of, to the right of the speech bubble, there's a fist, and you probably want to be on that now to like see the combat order. You can also pop it out, I think.
How the fuck do you get
right-clicking
plus
on it?
9 to
The
initiative?
fist. Got it. Okay. How do I have plus 9 to initiative?
Yeah, what's that plus 5?
I don't fucking know. I honestly, I was looking at that earlier. I didn't understand how I could have a modifier of 5 but plus 9 to initiative.
Well, because it normally adds your
is it
dex.
blade singing?
Wait, what?
So in Sam, usually I do creatures at the same initiative that have like the same stats. You can do it whichever way you want, obviously, but
Good luck remembering which one's which.
We're gonna try it like this. I think I can click on them.
Those two guards were very different. One of them was a pansy ass, and one of them was a table stander. You know, those are entirely different stat blocks.
Yeah.
it's true.
I think I can
Sam, have you been using the auto adjective roller?
What does it do?
There's a module installed where every time you pull out like a generic creature, it gives an adjective at the start of their name.
That's sweet.
Very much in the vein of what Andy just said.
Nice.
My Roll20 character has initiative of +5. I don't know where the 9 is coming from, so I'm going to assume that it's an error. So in that case, and instead of 27, I'm at 23, I think.
Is your dexterity 20?
My dexterity is 18.
Okay. 'Cause then it should just be a +4 mod.
So
Do you have the alert feat?
No.
Because that adds 5 here.
I have no idea what Soul Knife and whatever your other shit did, so I'm not even going to pretend to say you are wrong or something like that. I don't know. Okay, the fist icon is the combat tracker, so that shows the order.
So for prone, it takes it takes
Movement
half
to
your
stand up?
movement plus an action to stand up, or
Just
just
half your movement.
Okay.
Can I get
Well,
a quick recap of what transpired? Sorry.
Okay, so a couple of things just happened. The main things are that Callan and Fad and Tal have started the combat in the main hall, pushing both of the guards that were there onto their backs. This put them into a prone state. At the same time, Eliza ran up towards Arthur to alert him, to get him on the same page. As she did, she saw and rolled a very high perception score, seeing the lead messenger, having had exited the window of his room, now running by the frame of the window of her room. As at the top of the castle, so you can look all the way out through the side of the window, and that's where those two, where the lead messenger was seen.
Cool.
The lead messenger seems, according to Eliza, to be running towards Lord Barrow's chambers. This is probably a good guess.
Yeah, it's coming
Okay.
close.
Good to know.
Hey, is there a way to see the chat log from earlier?
Oh, I just deleted it. Was that?
Yeah.
I think I just erased it from all existence.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, I might not do that. I just tend to sometimes think that's a good idea. I don't know if that's.
Looks like you just cleared initiative order too.
Oh shit! Are you serious? That's a plus mark. Why would that do that? How do you get this to pop out? God damn it! Okay, that's how.
Oh no, I have to re-roll my 13. Well, you somehow ended combat, it looks like, because I'm no longer in combat state.
God damn it! It's super annoying. Okay, whatever.
Oh, my
Did you create a new combat? Because you can have multiple combats going simultaneously. I think that's what the plus does.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the.
It might be possible to go back. Yeah.
I am.
Oh, no.
Sweet.
Ah.
That makes sense.
So beginning combat. I said begin combat, so.
Okay, so you want me to start?
Yeah.
I kind of like this initiative order too. Because it's
Okay.
like Callan and I just did our things. Eliza went running off, and now she's at the top of the order. Like,
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
yeah.
All right. How do I play this character? All right. I'm gonna start.
Stealthy, it's real sneaky.
Yeah.
You ask, "Am I stealthed? Or do I
How
sneak attack
stealthy
at
am
the
I
start
right
of
now?
Every turn.
No, I
Can
can't.
I hide in this 10x10 room with no furniture?
Yeah.
Any
Okay.
action.
I see what's going on through this window, and I'm not sensing any sort of draft like they opened one on my windows, right? Or like
No,
nobody's in my room, right?
What are you talking about? my windows?
Maybe.
Maybe.
No, your window is still open unless you shut it. So I'm gonna say it's still open.
Oh, fuck that. I totally shut it, man.
Okay, then you say you shut it.
Okay.
This time, the future, if you want to do that kind of thing, make sure to be precise about it.
Yeah.
I
All
don't
right.
think it can be
My
locked.
bad.
But it's not going to be locked, but I'll give you shut.
Yeah. It's not going to be locked because, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Doesn't
10
matter.
minutes sawing into the helps room, but the princess's room doesn't even have fucking locks.
Well, it has locks, but you
Well,
can't
she's
lock them from
June-
the outside, right?
You can't lock it from the outside.
Okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. As a bonus action, I would like to start my blade song.
Sick.
I don't
Blade song
remember
is
how it
initially-
works, so we're all learning together.
Starting at level 2, you can invoke a secret elven magic called the Blade Song, provided you aren't wearing any medium armor or heavy armor, or using a shield. The grace is supernatural. You can use bonus action to start the Blade Song, which lasts for 1 minute, ends early if you are incapacitated. If you don't have medium heavy armor, you gain bonus AC equal to your intelligence. Walking speed is increased by 10 feet. You have advantage on dexterity checks. Fuck, that's good. Gain bonus to any Constitution saving throw make to maintain concentration on a spell. The bonus is equal to your intelligence plus the modifier of a minimum of 1.
All right, so it looks like basically until I cast something with concentration required, which I haven't done yet, 10 feet to movement and AC
Does it
plus
take-
intel.
Does it take concentration though?
What?
Blade Song.
No.
No, it doesn't. So
Blade
you
Song is
can-
not even a spell.
Yeah, it's a state.
It's I am in the Blade Song zone.
So it
Yes.
doesn't end when you do concentration. You actually have a bonus to cast to not
Right.
breaking concentration during it.
Yes. All right. So now I am singing the
It's
song
Wizard
with my
Rage.
blade. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
And it's pretty sick.
And with my movement, I would like to. I think I will actually go into my room. I hope they don't kill the Lord. Okay, 40 movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
WASD keys work, by the way.
40. Huh?
WASD keys worked.
Oh, neato.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Mhm.
Wait, I was here.
Yeah.
Did I miss one diagonal? 40. I can get to inside the fireplace.
I'll allow it.
Okay, fantastic. I lean the remaining 2.5 feet to hit the lock on my window that I could not have locked from the outside.
The window is now locked.
Fantastic. Now what do I
You're-
see? Do I see any folks? Sure doesn't look like I see any folks.
No, your line of sight is just barely encumbered.
Okay, that's fair because I am in a fireplace after all. All right. As an action, I
Do
would
you
like.
have any kind of night vision or anything?
I am a human. I
Yeah.
have.
Do you have any class specific night vision stuff going
I
on?
I think I do have something, but it might take me a while to figure out what the fuck it is.
All right. Well, while we're learning Andy's character,
Well, I
do
was.
you want to ready any actions?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to say, since I've moved now, I've taken a bonus. I would like to ready a. I guess I'm pretty spooked by this whole thing. So I'm going to actually, ready a sneaky attack. So the window is, here to my right, and I've got, my sword in my hand. And if I hear anything coming into my room through this window, they break the glass or a hand reaches in, my ready attack is to be chop and chop.
Sick. Great.
All right. I
All
don't.
right. Anything else for your turn, or
No.
is it now? Okay, the messenger bowman stands up. So I will take off this. How do I get? All right, now he's standing again. Would I? Okay, as a he's going to cast a spell. I don't have to print it, I don't think, but you see that he is casting a spell. There are verbal components. And he dashes, which is double his remaining movement speed. Or is it double your movement speed altogether?
It just gives you another set of like whatever your speed is.
Okay, so
He is going to eat a quarter staff to the side of the knee.
okay, roll damage, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna oppo through my ghost as well.
Oh, I didn't realize he was. He's gonna get fucked up.
Wait, I pressed a. Oh, or how do I?
Oh, I found it. I am Skulker.
Okay, so is the 10? Do you have to roll another damage thing for that? Because that's
For me?
that's a crit. Oh no, that's just max damage.
Yeah. And surprise, surprise, I am a sentinel, so his movement speed is reduced to 0.
Nice.
Okay.
Where you
so
going? Nowhere.
he moves like 1 foot and then is smashed in the
Yeah,
face.
that's why I was aiming for the knee.
Wait a sec. If the creature. Okay.
Wow, they can't even disengage away from you. Damn.
Nope.
Nasty.
So but does he move the 1 space or does he not? I mean, he does, right?
I think it's when they attempt.
He
move
gets
away,
an
so yeah,
opportunity attack
So does the
only when
opportunity-
you move away from him. So I would say that
I would even say he gets 1 space away.
I would think
Go
so.
for it.
So 10 damage from each of you.
Why use a big sword when a sturdy stick will do?
All right. He still has an action, so he is going.
I said he used dash.
But he. Oh no, he used a spell. Yeah, you're right. He did use a spell. But yeah,
It might be
He did a lot of things so
a
far.
while.
but he did not get very far.
Yeah. No, it's okay. How would you know?
Okay. It
We
is
just started
now
a combat. I
Arthur the Hammer's turn.
was trying to find out whether we were going to do that or not, and he was like, "No, we definitely shouldn't do the combat."
I walk.
And then we just started the combat. I don't know why.
Is this? Am I now standing at the door to Samuel's room?
If you're gonna
it's
eat
midway through the hallway,
without me,
right
then
after
sure.
where those
Probably.
torches are.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now
So,
you're at
like,
the door. No, you right
now I'm
there.
at the door?
Yeah.
Okay. I throw open the door. I say, Samuel, we are under attack. Prepare yourself, and I will cast Sanctuary.
Hell yeah. I was just looking at my
Sanctuary?
character sheet, determining if I could have reasonably prepared Sanctuary this morning. But that's not what I roll around with.
So I take out. Yeah, I guess my armor is my focus, huh? I trace a sigil in the air and a sort of shimmering, like, bubble, forms around him, but then sort of glows back down faintly. So if anyone tries to attack him, they need to first succeed on a Wisdom saving throw. And if
Your spell DC?
yes, unless it's an area of effect.
It's so cool.
And then let's see. I still have another 15 feet of movement left, I think. I will. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I will go ahead and lob a firebolt at. Ooh. I guess I can see this guy. Is this the guy that everyone was already working on? I don't even know how I highlight. Is there a way to ping the map?
There's a way to draw on the map.
That one got wailed on.
Ah, I see. Okay.
I also don't know how to delete drawings.
I don't either. I have a disguised mustache over here. That,
Yeah, I think if you are on the pen and
Cool,
then
but we
the
don't have it
square
installed.
at the top to select drawings, then
Okay.
you click delete.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, I will firebolt that guy.
Firebolt.
Ooh.
Oh, and you selected the target already? How did you do that? Just by clicking on him?
Yes.
Yeah, I clicked. Yes, I clicked. I used the select tokens tool.
So now I think because you did that, we can press the minus button and it will happen. But wait, does it have any kind of dexterity save on it?
Nope. It's an attack roll.
And it hit, so he.
Oh.
I think
Do I
that's
click the button?
adjusted. I think I adjusted his. Oops. Yep.
He should have lost 39 health so far.
He has taken damage. Yep. He's looking in
He's-
pretty bad shape.
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, and that's my turn.
All right. It is now Fad's turn.
Hmm.
Right. Let's see. So I will use. I will move
And,
up to.
Just so y'all know,
Here.
it is now our 4-hour mark. But up to you what we do. I can keep playing.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like we have committed. If we were going to stop, we would have stopped before combat started. I have my dinner next to me, and so I can continue. In the future, would I prefer to stop before dinner? Yes. But...
Well, I think yeah, I think I was just really excited to actually try playing with.
No, we all were.
Yeah.
But hey, just point of clarification. Didn't I ask, are we going to do the combat or not? And you said no.
I said.
Did I make that up?
I said.
That's what you're-
I just wanted. I said I wanted to try playing around with mechanics at some point.
Okay, then I guess I made it up.
We did just lose Jamie. I'm not sure. Oh no, he's back. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking we'd start the game and get everybody to play a turn and then pause there, but
Oh,
That works for me, actually. I would be down for one round so that everyone
I
If
can do
you-
whatever.
try
if
the
you
mechanic.
if you'd rather do that, I'm fine with that.
yeah, I think I'm looking for
would-
group consensus here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I would vote for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I vote for. I don't have any stops. I can play as long as we want.
I think if anybody has a concern about time or feeling like they're putting somebody in a weird situation, then we can pause after one turn. Otherwise, I am totally capable of continuing.
I think I vote we pause at the end of the combat round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Then it's clearly unanimous.
Okay. So I moved to here, and now I'm going to utter a short sort of couplet to myself. I don't know if people can hear it too well, but Misty Step. Looks like the situation in here is pretty well in hand. So I will Misty Step into change tools. The king's room because I'm a little concerned about him.
Seems good.
Let's see, is this touch range? So I've still got my action. Maybe I shouldn't have missed this test. So I can prepare.
So it's all in movement.
You want to prepare which?
I will prepare to cast a particular cantrip of mine. Take out my lute and sort of start tuning it a little bit. And that is my turn.
Cool. You're fiddling with your
So
instrument.
I'm fiddling with my instrument. I'm looking around at the windows.
Yep.
Quick tuning.
Yeah. I thought I was making a funny innuendo, fiddling with
Oh,
your
yeah.
instrument.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
nice one.
I stopped to jerk off.
Take inspiration.
Hey!
On the Lord.
Lord Barrows is has a heart attack, awakes and dies immediately.
Lord Barrow, is there anything else I can do for you?
Okay.
God,
All right.
Incestborn has made it to the island of Denon.
Yeah.
Eliza was gonna hit on people. It was gonna happen. She's full of hormones.
Why did it pop out over here, you bastard? Oh. Okay, so move. All right. No. Oh, no.
No, damn it.
Not select the guy.
Oh my god.
What?
I keep like opening windows and the top of the window is like
Too tall.
like it's above, you know, where I can select it, and then I finally get to a screen where I should be able to select it, and then I remember I can't even fucking move it, and I just like keep getting frustrated.
You can scroll it on the side. I had some issues with that. You see, Eliza, you see Goodwig, the messenger, or if that is even his name, running by the window. And that is the end of his turn. Boop. Sorry, check. All right.
Hella dudes over here.
The other
Telepathically. Hella dudes out my window.
The other guard stops outside the window, but is not facing you, does not see that you are there. You are within stealth as far as he's concerned. And that's where his turn ends. And one more before Tal. Wait, why has Tal's turn happened already? Why
It
is
has not.
It skipped from unknown creature with initiative of 16, number 2, to
Yeah.
I think you
Talion.
just pressed next turn, like it's, it went to round
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I should not have done that.
We're all learning.
Yeah, we certainly are.
Even Art, the lovable Robo-Man.
Okay. The second messenger guard who was prone now stands up. Having had seen what happened to the other guy, he turns to Callan and spears.
and attacks everyone.
Oh. Somehow I have everyone
Targeted.
targeted right now. I don't know how that happened, but I'm just gonna do it to Callan. Does it actually hit you though? 17? Does that break your AC?
Yep, I believe so.
Not sure if intentional, but it looks like your DM rolls are hidden from us right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not mean to have that. That's not intentional, the
Okay.
rules, but I also, it's fine. I don't mind being able to lie to you.
Oh, that's fine. I was just alerting, not complaining.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind.
I don't mind being able to lie to you guys.
Yeah. Okay, I think I've unselected everyone, hopefully. I don't even know how that happened. Whatever. Okay, it is now Tall's turn.
Oh, tough.
It's pronounced Tal.
Yeah.
Tow,
Sorry.
tow,
Me
tow.
very confused with Callan.
Yeah.
Rage, take out axes.
I see.
Take out my fist. Yeah, let's see. Eliza said, hella dudes over here.
And I quote, hella dudes out my window right now. But RN instead of right now. I texted it to you.
Wait, is it because you texted them all you up?
I also
Hey,
texted that.
Mr. Artificer dude, does your guy really like hitting things, like making attack rolls super often?
Hell yeah, he does.
I know.
He's got 2 fists and he knows how to use them.
Okay.
And they're also hammers.
Yes.
Have you named him? Let me know if you need help naming him.
Yeah, since you are a security bot and our chief of the guard over here, I'm going to cast Bless on the 3 of us, which I believe is a bonus action. Pap. Yeah, consume spell slot. Boom. Y'all blessed.
Yours is private.
Oh,
role as
that was
well.
just
I
a
would like to
self-
see that.
Yeah. Sorry, I was fucking with some weapons
Yeah.
earlier.
I trust my players.
That's a nice
but I
feature,
also
though.
want
Only to yourself.
Wait, so do not consume the spell slot when I do it the second time here.
Yes.
Okay. And I am going to dash to move 90 feet up to the room because I've got 45 feet of movement normally. But I have to take this phone call, so I'm going to move my person here in a second.
Cool. We're gonna have to remember all the buffs that we have. I'm blade singing. Y'all be blessed.
Yeah, I
Might be it for now,
Okay,
but-
it is now Colin's turn. Kalen's turn? Colin?
Callan.
Callan.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 hands on a great sword and swing it down twice onto this dude at my feet.
Do that, please.
Yeah.
I believe that gives me advantage because he's prone.
No, he's not. He stood up.
He did?
Yes.
Wait, I thought this guy hadn't had a turn yet.
No, he has. I announced it. He is no longer.
Isn't he
standing.
the 11 initiative one though?
No, he's not. He was 16.
On my screen, he's associated with the 11 initiative one.
Yeah, if you mouse over people,
Shit. My bad. I mixed them up, but I did move him last time. He's the guy who stabbed you with the spear. My bad. But I'm just gonna go with it that he had that turn. Sorry.
Okay. Gonna still swing twice at him.
The second one hits. Oh wait. Oh, yeah, the second one.
And then my
Right.
Echo's gonna run over, and he's gonna. take a swing as
Starting
well.
at level 1, you attack. You can see with the hits you with the attack. You can use a reaction to have the attack's damage against you. He uses an uncanny action, so he is that damage is halved. He takes only 7 damage instead of 14. Okay, go ahead. You
Nice.
can heighten your freeze echo another 10 damage. That definitely hits. Okay. He does not seem to like that. Loses a nice chunk of mail as it sloughs off his shoulder.
Oh, what does bless do again? Should I have used that?
1d to hit chance. Oh shit. Roll 1d4 for your hit chance. I won't be reminding you next time. Or letting you re-roll it.
Okay, Mom.
4. This is on.
The first attack, because that's the one that missed.
Add 3 to 12, 15.
15 beats it, so that does also do damage.
Nice.
So
He's looking pretty bummed out.
Why? We were drinking and having fun. I didn't do anything to you.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
2 AIs now.
Now I'm gonna go to the guy I thought was moving last time. This is a little annoying. Why?
Quick question. Players on their fist screen, there's like white pluses under Callan and Arthur's name.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because they've taken damage. I think
Yeah,
it's
those
a
are
token
those
for
are
bleeding.
statuses.
They've both
Those
taken
are
damage.
No. The white pluses are statuses that we set ourselves to indicate that we are blessed.
Oh,
Ah.
nice. Yeah, you can set your status marker on.
Okay,
there,
wait.
which
How do
shows up
I
in
need?
the
I need
chat.
a blade singing one.
Yeah, there's probably something you can use for it.
All right, I'll try.
Perhaps.
Oh, I actually I still have a bonus action. I thought my double attack was bonus action, but it's not.
You just get an extra attack after you attack once,
Yeah,
right?
it's just the attack action. So I'm gonna spiritual weapon also.
Nice.
Damn, you fucking merc fools.
Yeah.
6 more damage to this guy here.
Ooh, what does your spiritual weapon look like?
It's just the same sword. there's
Just like
been 4 of them.
just hovering next to you.
Yeah, when I cast mirror image, the mirror images grab the sword, so it's just more of me beating people.
It seems like the theme here is as many tells as possible, or as many Callans as possible.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see, Echo Knight, your Trickster image,
Randomize.
Trickster duplicate, the mirror image.
There's no good status icon for Blade Song, so I guess I'm gonna use Paralyzed.
Oh, by the way, there is a status icon that's just called Blessed.
Yeah, and it's
And
not
it's
the one
halfway
you
down
guys
on the far
use,
right.
by the way.
It looks like little wings. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say just pick something you want to use for Blade Song and stick to it.
Yeah.
Maybe not Paralyzed.
Why not? What would you recommend?
I'd recommend one of the ones that isn't a status affliction.
They're all status affliction.
What about the squiggly?
Every single one of them.
There are other ones.
No, I mean like conditions. Like
They're all conditions. Every single icon is a condition.
they are not D&D 5e rules as written, paralyzed, restrained, prone, something. Like radioactive is
Yeah.
not one of the.
You want, all right, I'll use
Do
radioactive.
you get what I mean?
Well, yes and no. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, yes, there are some that are in the player's handbook that might have rules associated with them automatically through Foundry, and there are some like radioactive that are not. But they're all status conditions.
But I mean, I was just recommending you
Yeah.
can play it however you want if you can remember shit. Just like why don't you do use the paralyzed action, then get paralyzed, then think you're going to do some boss.
Yeah,
damage
no,
the
I
next
understand what
turn.
you're saying. All right,
didn't mark
radioactive it
paralyzed.
is because that's all.
What
I
is
got.
this Game Master shit? Are you guys seeing that? Why is that coming?
No, are you getting an error?
I'm having something weird happen. It's fine.
Is that just us changing our conditions?
Maybe. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's what's going on.
Okay.
But I'm
Yes, it
seeing
is.
it. Yeah.
Well, we're about to wrap up
Okay,
anyway.
I'm gonna roll this guy. Sorry. I'm just gonna roll a
Fireball.
edge. Say he's stuck. Cool. Yeah, that is the end of turn 1 of combat. Thank you for a great first session, everybody. That was a ton of fun.
Yeah, that was a blast.
GG's.
Good shit, Sam.
Very stoked for more of this in the future. Yeah, Sam, great job with the story.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully there are enough hooks to keep you guys really interested and grounded in the world. I think there should
Oh,
be.
if you think I'm delivering shit tomorrow, you've got like another thing coming. Like we just got a coup started from